we're live. Cool. I will very quickly put the link in chat.
If I must.
Alright, there we go. The link is in chat for everyone to see. They know the stream is up. And yeah, excuse me. So yeah, a bit of a crazy start, bit of a crazy set of featured matches in general. So basically, this week, normally we do it on the weekends, which would have been yesterday and the day before, Saturday, Sunday, but that was Christmas and Christmas Eve. Doesn't make sense to hold games on those days.
Hesitation.
We decided to move it to Monday, give people a chance. We're doing the evening, that way in case anyone's busy during the day, like work, they can come and still play.
Come on, I won't hurt you.
And
it's your funeral.
So we're going through the banning phase, and now finally we're getting into the picks. And yeah, so for those who are watching this stream, this is a new overlay because all my old overlays were based off of the old client, and they didn't work. So I went ahead and made my own custom one. I want to do some more with it. It's just like, the little Baron icon, or not even an icon, just a pick, Baron Nashor school. But I want to, add some faction stuff to it maybe, or try some stuff out. But this was, it works as a good template. I can work with it, change the picture I want, but it's a good template to use, which is great. And I don't know, I like it. I thought it was pretty cool. Let me know if you guys got any suggestions. Put in factions chat, like if there's if you think a better idea for like a champion select overlay. Let me know. I'm open to suggestions. Let's see now. We're getting through the picks. Lee Sin is being hovered over. We already saw Lucian and Tarek locked in. Tarek was picked up by Demacia in the last round of champion pickups, which was last week. And Ionia, I think they got Yasuo? Yeah, because they picked Yasuo, so yeah, they definitely grabbed him. So yeah, Tarek and Yasuo were the champions chosen. There's been a lot of talk in Demacia about, who to get next, because the only people that were left in this last choice were Tarek and Alistar, and Demacia is pretty solid in terms of support. It's like, Leona's been such a great support. It's like, why grab any other supports? We just want to do her. But, we had to pick one, and people decided they like Tarek more. And I'm figuring the reason why they're grabbing Tarek here is, like I was saying, not because they think Leona's bad and he would be a better job. No, probably because Endgame's just, more comfortable on them. On Tarek. That's my guess. Now, the Yasuo pick, that could be pretty big. I mean, it could not be big. It depends on, a lot of things, obviously. But the Yasuo pickup against Demacia's big Engage comp could be helpful in that, if Demacia goes for the big, dog pile teamfight dive, that front line's going to be diving in, and they're going to be reliant on a couple big carries doing the damage. Usually, their mid lane Lux and their ADC, which is usually Vayne. In this case, it's Lucian. They're dependent on those two guys to do the damage, while they just have a really big front line of 3 other people. And the Yasuo could be a good pick. It's like, okay, the tanks dive in, and I'm Yasuo. I got a lot of mobility. I can avoid that, and then just try to blow up that back line so they have no damage to follow up that big hard engage, and then their tanks are just stuck in the middle of our team. So that's, I think, the idea that they want to go with on the Yasuo. Let's see if it works. And now, oh yeah, the Tarek choice. Yeah, the Tarek choice just changed that a bit because, okay, yeah, Yasuo can dive the back line, and Tarek can make the back line and the front line too. You can put both of them invincible for a few seconds. So that's some counterplay to the Yas pick. Is Yas can dive your backline, but Tarek will make it so you can't do any damage to anyone for quite a few seconds and really mess with that. I I don't even know. I guess that would be an assassination comp. I don't know what kind of teamfight comp that is called. But yeah, he can mess with it. And, assassins have trouble against people who can make it so you just can't do any damage, like Tarek and Kale. No Kale this game, but Kale has a similar thing. So Demacia has some answers to Yasuo trying to blow up carries and destroy Demacia's backline. Now, I'm spending way too much time on just that one thing. Of course, it is the new thing, so it makes sense to spend a little extra time on it, but let's move on. So, top lane, let's look at that. So, it's looking like a Garen versus... Okay, so I think it's Garen versus Yasuo. I was originally assuming Yasuo was mid, but it's looking like the Garen versus Yas. Karma, I would not imagine you would want to take top. I've seen it done. People try tank Karma. I not seen very much success with it. Basically none. Very little success with a tank top Karma. An AP Karma top, I think, would struggle against Garen. He'd probably just eat her alive. So Yasuo versus Garen top in the lane matchup. I feel like Garen, in theory, should be able to have complete control of that matchup. Yasuo, he's an assassin. Garen, bruiser, but he can also go just like full tank. And Yasuo should be able to kill that. And then Garen will just spin to win on top of his face. So yeah, but this is a, Dark Omega was Diamond last season, still counts as Diamond in factions. Has to get his rank back up because, at the beginning of the new season, ranks are a little wonky. You tend to start off lower than you were last season, and your skills usually don't decline by that much. So, they just want you to reclimb each season. And so, yeah, he's not gold or diamond right now, but he's gold right now. He's still basically diamond skill level. And so, yeah, we're using last season's rank until this season. We get a little deeper into this new season. And so, yeah, it's diamond, and I think Fedora is either, like, silver. I want to say silver. I'm not sure. I apologize, Fedora, if you are, like, gold or something higher, and I'm not giving you your due credit. But yeah, given the rank matchup, I would say probably Yasuo should win the top lane just because of the rank matchup, despite the advantage Garen as a champion should have. In the jungle, Shyvana versus Lee Sin. It's worth mentioning, once again, we have a rank advantage in Ionia's favor. Demacia had to underfill a bit for these games. Unfortunate for them, their high tiers were not available for whatever reason. So yeah, Demacia is underfilling, so they have some unfortunate rank matchups. But Lee Sin versus Shyvana, in terms of jungling, Lee Sin obviously should be able to create a lot of early game pressure. He's got good early game damage, lots of mobility, and utility he can put out to get ganks off. Shyvana, she just has to run at people. She has a speed boost. She has to run at them to get the gank off until she hits 6 and gets her ult, obviously. But yeah, so not a ton of gank potential from her. So Lee Sin should be looking to create as much early game pressure as possible, get his lane snowballing, and shut Demacia down early, because we have seen Demacia in this arc has been very good at winning early and just not stopping. Just once they get that early lead, just roll with it and just knock Ionia over. But we have also seen that if you stop Demacia early, they haven't generally had many tools to dig their way out if they fall behind. So there have been some changes. We usually don't see Lucian, and we've not seen Tarek yet, so that could change stuff up. So Lee Sin, if he can get a lot of early game pressure, that would be big for his team. Shyvana obviously scales very well. She gets very, very tanky and can do a lot of damage, so she's someone to look out later in the game. But if Lee Sin can do enough early on, it's going to be probably insurmountable for Demacia, but we'll see. And yeah, so we're getting into the loading screen. We're just waiting for the loading screen to pop up. So we're almost there. All right, and now the mid lane matchup is looking like a Lux Karma lane. I have seen this lane a couple times, and I've seen it go both ways. I've seen Karma bully the Lux. I've seen Lux bully the Karma. So I'm inclined to say it's mostly a skill matchup. Can Karma get in range of Lux? You know, because Lux has more range, so she can just kite her out. Karma has problems, but Karma can, you know, just kind of hide behind the minion lane or minion wave and, you know, avoid that light biting, get in range, pop that Q down, put down a lot of damage, and then, yeah, Lux can light bind her, but once Karma's already in range, that's not a big deal. And, you know, you get into trade. Karma's very good at trading if she uses her ult and power W. And it looks like we are getting into the loading screen now, thankfully. No more black. We actually have champions icons. Woo! Yeah, so Karma, she does very good in trades if she ult empowers her W. A lot of people always just ult empower her Q, which is very good for poke, and if you just want to put down a ton of damage. But if you're looking at like what's the best in a fight where you're clearly not just poking or just trying to blow them up as fast as possible because you're just that much stronger than them, if you're looking at like a real fight, Karma's W is super, super strong. So if Karma get close enough to Lux to use her stuff, I feel like she's going to be stronger and should be able to beat Lux in lane. But Lux does have range, more range than Karma, and the, you know, ability to kite Karma out and keep her away from her. So it really feels like a skill matchup to me. Teamfight wise, Lux should be able to put out a lot more damage, but Karma, if she ult empowers her E, and once again, people really, really don't ult empower her E, it's very heavily focused on the Q and some W, but very, very little use of her ult-empowered E. But she can help a ton with positioning in teamfights. Demacia tries to engage, Karma can pop the ult-empowered E and force Demacia to miss their engage, blow cooldowns, and really help Ionia out. So that could be big. And but Lux should be able to just put out a ton more damage than Karma. So teamfight-wise, it's, once again, their impact in teamfight is a skill matchup, I think. Very skill matchup oriented. Alright, out of the loading screen, into the game. Here we go. Okay, there we go. And let's see. Let me double check my sound. I usually have to turn it down if I'm streaming. And I apologize, I know sometimes my stream doesn't have the best frame rate. There's just no one else on that I saw that streams. I usually try to get people with better computers, but in a pinch, this will do. This is how League looks for me, people. This is how I play League. You're just watching it.
I am smiling.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the mid lane matchup. Let's talk about bot lane really quick. So obviously, Vayner Soraka, big poke lane. Varix pokes, he gets damage put on while he's doing so. Soraka just heals him up very easily. Lucian and Taric is more, you know, trying to do some nice big trades. You know, Lucian doesn't have the range to compete with Varus for a full-on poke orb, but he can get input a lot of damage in trades using his, you know, Q and passive, and, you know, just, you know, keep, you know, webbing his passive in between spells. And Taric, he has a little bit of a heal, not nearly on the Soraka level, obviously. He has some CC that can help in all-out trading, so if they can trade, I don't think they really got the tools to force like a full-on fight. That they just look to fight and like the fight with that one, and the, you know, the fighting in the lane with that one fight. Just take control and outright kill them. That would, I don't think Taric has the tools to do that. That would be, you know, more of a Leona. But they can do some good trading, and it'll be good as long as they can get on Soraka. I mean, I guess they could do it on Varus too, but obviously Soraka's the higher priority target just because she would heal Varus up. And I was wrong though, so the lanes, I was assuming it'd be Yasuo top, not mid, just because I didn't think Karma top would work. But yeah, they're sending Yas top versus the Lux, which is a smart thing in one sense. Like, I don't think the Karma is going to do very well top, but I think it is smart to send the Diamond Yasuo mid, because we've seen Lux so many games just blow everyone up. Like, doesn't matter who you are, Lux will one-shot you, it seems like, once she gets going. So they want to shut that Lux down. So that would be something I would understand as to why they want to do that. To get their favorable matchup in terms of ranks in top lane too. Once again, I think Fedora Hater is silver. Not sure on that, but I know Pinky is gold. So they get a bit of a rank advantage top lane. So even though Karma, not a great champion matchup in my opinion, has the rank advantage. And yeah, I was expecting Shyvana there to just back off, but no, she went very aggressive. Stole the red buff with Smite, I think. And then Lee Sin took it from her when he killed her. It was like, it was her red buff, but like Lee Sin was already there and take it. She did not have the health and just should have backed off, but went in for the fight, and then Lee Sin killed her, and that's definitely not what you want to do. Nice job by Lee Sin. You know, he was able to successfully steal that red buff. You know, he did a good job of, you know, realizing when to steal. Like, you know, he would have the advantage in the health, you know, bar, so that Shyvana couldn't fight him if he went there. And then she fought him, and he's like, oh, I set up so I knew I could beat her in a fight. And now he's going after her again. He does not have a good, yeah, he has the level advantage, plus was aggroing Crux. Very unfortunate for her. Lee Sin's just like, I'm going to press every possible advantage. Shyvana's trying to do something. I don't even think he had vision on her. Maybe he saw her, maybe he didn't. I wasn't checking. I don't think he had any reasons to see her there. Just going to steal the Krugs. And then once he saw her, he's like, yeah, she can't find me. I got the level advantage. We're kind of even health, and I can aggro the fight. So the Krugs will keep hitting Shyvana on top of me hitting her with my level advantage. So, yeah. Not looking good for the Shyvana. Great start for the Lee Sin. Already 1,000 gold lead for Ionia. Looking very, very good for them. Like I was saying, Demacia thrives on getting the lead early. Trying to space roll Ionia with that early lead. But you don't let them get that early lead, and they do not tend to have the tools to get themselves out of it. Maybe they can do it with some changes in the bot lane we're seeing. Maybe not. I'm not an expert on if Lucian and Tarek are going to be helpful on digging Demacia out of this early gold deficit. So CS-wise, mid lane is going even. Obviously the jungle, Lee Sin has a bit of a lead. It's not a large lead in numbers, but, you know, jungle camps are worth more per camp than minions are, so it's a greater deficit than just the 6 CS. Like, the gold difference is greater than, you know, having a deficit of 6 lane minions. And Shyvana once again runs into Lee Sin, and once again tries fine. Like, at this point, she just needs to realize Lee Sin is going to beat me in a fight. If I see him, I need to back off. She started fighting him, and yeah, you saw what happened. Okay, so now top lane, big CS lead for this Karma. The rank advantage there is clearly pulling through. I really think Garen should be able to really, you know, just beat the crap out of Karma in lane. Just like, yeah, she tries to get range to poke you. You juke out the Q, like her ult and power Q. And she throws that down, and with that down, you just go in here with your Q silencer and start spinning to win. She might be able to get her W off before you silence her, but you'll be able to put a lot of damage on her before the root comes through. And Shyvana once again runs into Lee Sin, flashes over the wall. He goes after her with the Q. Lux missing at the light binding. Had that light binding hit, it would have been a dead Lee Sin. Lee Sin got lucky there. Good timing by the Shyvana on trying. She's gonna get executed. Yeah. It's not even an execute. Oh, it was too soon to the Lee Sin damage. Lee Sin picks up a free kill there. But I was trying to compliment the Shyvana on was she did a nice job timing the Q so that it was after Lee Sin put the first Q on her, And before he hit it again to dash to her, so she knew it was likely he was going to dash to her while she was flashing and get taken in her tower and set up Lux for the chance to light bind and kill. The light binding didn't hit, but it was a good idea. Good setup. Fall through, not so much. And then the Raptor camp obviously was a very costly mistake there. Raptor camp hurts. It's that simple. You have to be able to either, just instantly blow up those lower Raptors or have a lot of health. Something so that you don't have to worry about Raptor camp killing. I've seen a number of people die with it. And Lee Sin, no mercy. No mercy for the Shyvana. He's not even ganking. He's just counter jungling and shutting Shyvana down. And Yasuo goes for a tower dive, gets very low, and he gets executed. Lux never put any damage on him. Oh, Lux. Lux, where's the auto or something to stop him? Maybe he just blew her up so fast she never got the chance. Ionia looking amazing. This rank advantage, because Demacia had to underfill, could not get a proper team for the rank matchup. They had, I think, both of their high tier slots were filled by either silver or bronze players. And high tier is, diamond or plat. So, really having trouble with the rank disadvantage here. Bot lane is the only lane looking good for Demacia right now. It's got a 10 CS lead, so that's looking good. But if the other two lanes are really far behind, that's, gonna be an issue. And looks like Lucian Blaze off there didn't get the full kill off, or he burned a lot of it on the anyway. And yeah, there's the Lee Sin gank. Nice light binding! Flash light binding. Oh, the Q! The Q lasted for so long. I thought it had worn off, but no, it lasted for so long that he gets her with just the Q. You saw Lux did everything she could, other than pop bear. She should have popped bear. Probably wasn't thinking Lee Sin was going to Q there. He either thought, like me, it had worn off, or he wasn't going to risk the tower dive because she had her shield from her W on herself. If she had popped the barrier before Lee Sin came in, she might have been able to live through that, and Lee Sin would have been low off on health, where he probably would have died, and all she had to do is, back off, and he might have been able to kill her. That barrier is pretty solid, though. He would have had to wait for the barrier to wear off, most likely, and then he could kill her, but he waiting for so long for that barrier to wear off through the dying tower. So yeah, that barrier could have been the difference from dying versus living and getting a kill. Very unfortunate for the Lux. Very good for the Lee Sin. Just a ton of pressure. Going after the Shyvana once again. Shyvana is just like, give me a break! Shyvana's there. I was like, come on! I can't do jack. Just leave me be. I'm not even a threat anymore. But he really wants her to shut down and just never be an impact in this game. He's going to grab the dragon. And Shyvana did not secure that Skull Crab. So yeah, the Demacia not going to be seeing that he goes into the Dragon Pit, and he picks it up uncontested. So he hasn't done a ton of ganking Lee Sin, but he's done a little bit in the mid lane. He goes mid, kick, flashing for the kick, sets Yasuo up for the ult, and yeah, Lux goes down. Yeah, Yasuo's mostly done a lot of just pressure against the jungler, starting to move into the mid lane and grab objectives like dragons as well. Yeah, mostly it's been against the jungler shutting down. It's just a lot of early pressure that's really helping his lanes out and himself. He's ganking mid, that helps mid out. He's shutting down the Shyvana, so he helps his lane out. They don't have to worry about her. Even if she does gank, she's not all that threatening. And yeah, it's looking very, very good. Top lane over a 50 CS lead, over twice Garen CS. Bottom lane still looking good for Demacia, but they're only able to get a 10 CS lead. They're not getting any kills. They're not increasing their CS lead beyond 10. It's been there for a while. Last time we were looking at it, it was 10. Yeah. Garen pops the ults a little early, but, to be fair, he's going to die. If he had focused potentially Karma, he might be able to make something happen because the tower's focusing her and not the Lee Sin, who he was focusing. But, Lee Sin was the closer target, and you expect, you think, maybe Lee Sin's going to be doing the tanky just because he's, melee, and he's the jungler, it makes sense to expect Lee Sin to tank. Bot lane going for the fight, burning some ultimates on both sides. The Taric ult? No, so 2 ults from Ionia's bot lane versus just Lucian's ult. Plus the Varus heal, so pretty good trade for Demacia in bot lane. Cooldowns, they win that, and they force Varus out of lane. So they're going to be able to get quite a bit of CS here. Try, grow that lead. And potentially tower dive Soraka. And yeah, Siobhan's down bot. Meanwhile, we do see mid lane. Lee Sin was throwing his Q, trying to hit Lux for the tower dive. She's going to back off. Oh man, this early lead from Ionia. They just look unstoppable right now. Shuab does back off. They never tower dive the Soraka. And they don't get much of a CS lead, honestly, from Demacia. Varus is going to be able to earn a lot of it back. He might cancel back out to the 10. Yep, just about 10. Wow. So yeah, Demacia can't push any advantage. They're only able to hold a small lead bot lane. Everyone else is falling behind drastically. Yeah, this is not looking good. That Shyvana ulting in misses, and Ionia backs away. I mean, so I do see Shyvana. She's going for the Blood Razor. I believe that's the name. I know it's something Razor. Pretty sure it's Blood Razor. Jungle item. But I'm thinking, like, I know that's a good item, and I've seen Shyvana get very strong with that build. And we do see a good ult from the Taric, gonna help him avoid a lot of damage. And now he's gonna get away, but yeah, Ionia was holding the damage, knowing he was gonna go invincible. And so yeah, he avoided a lot of damage, but then they just wait for it to wear off. It was a good ult, but it just wasn't enough. The teleport was a really well timed. Realizing Taric was very far out. And yeah, he had flash, he had exhaust. I think he was just like, oh, I'm good. I'm already so close to tower. But they got the lockdown. He was just couldn't flash out of that lockdown. He died. So helping out their bot lane, spreading some of their advantage to the one place where they didn't have any. Nice job, Ionia. And they should get a tower off this. Or, I don't know. Lucian's wave clearing. I think if they just stick to it, they should be able to get it on the next wave. Especially with Lee Sin nearby, they can go for a tower dive, pick up some kills, and get that bot tower on top of it. Meanwhile, mid towers, like, yeah, just Karma rotated there, and Lux had to back off. They get the tower. The top tower's already gone, so I was not going to actually try to force anything bot side. So if they had, they could have gone all the outer towers in one clean swoop. And so far, Demacia has been completely shut out of the game. No objectives, no dragons, no towers, and no kills. Demacia is being completely shut out of this game right now. They're in trouble. They need to do something. I don't even know what they could do right now. Nothing's looking good. They just have to hope Ionia messes up. And it's very early on to be at that mindset and that much of a deficit, but it does feel like that. The gold lead's 8k, and usually it's like, that's okay. That's kind of iffy, kind of out there, but you can still make some kind of move. But I just feel like the way this game's going, I don't think Demacia can come back from this by, like, they're on their own momentum. It has to be Ionia giving them the opportunity. And yeah, Shyvana thinks she has a 1v1. Turns out it's not. It's actually 2v1. And she just, yeah, had no chance. Despite her flash, Lee Sin was able to get her down, had the Q on her already, and then just followed it up. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess there is one thing Demacia can do. They can just shout Demacia really loudly, because they're really good at that, and it seems to be just like, you know, an all-answer cures. Like, it's, you know, it fixes everything. It's like, you know, put some Windex on it. Yell Demacia. It's like, those are, like, you know, the general fixes for just everything. Yeah, another dragon, obviously. Shyvana getting there too late, and Lee Sin flashes, ults, setting up Yasuo for his ult. And that's just like Shyvana's going, come on, I wasn't even that like far opposition. I was just seeing that like what was going on dragon. Turns out you guys are there, and I instantly ran. But it doesn't matter, you still just grab me and kill me. Now they do catch out the Lee Sin stealing blue buff, and the Soraka nicely tied, but then the Lux ult! Finally, Demacia is getting something. The Taric ult comes out, not really needed. No one's in danger of dying. Lucian will chase down the Soraka, picks up another kill, and now the Taric ult is needed as Lux is in trouble. She's oh, she was like sitting on that plant, like trying to get Varus or Yasuo to waste his flash so she can knock him back over the wall. But he kills her so fast. He flashes and just instantly takes out what's left of their health bar, so she never got the chance to knock him out with the plant. Yeah, you don't want to taunt fate there. And in this, apparently, Yasuo is fate, which is a scary thought if you are Demacia. Ionia going, hell yeah. So Demacia is no longer completely shut out. They've gotten a couple kills. Not looking great though. Not nearly enough. Alright, so what Demacia needs to do, first off, they need Taric to buy a sweeper. He has the Sightstone, and so they need to try, make sure they can clear out at least a little bit of Ionia's vision if they, are setting up an ambush or looking to grab a sneaky dragon or Baron sometime later in the game. You don't want to go for Baron now. You can try and be sneaky about it. But yeah, so we need to clear out a little bit of vision, and then the rest of the team needs to focus on getting wards. Obviously, Taric as a support is already focusing on wards, and wow, the snipe from Varus. Rift Herald, yeah, they're fighting around Rift Herald, which is dead, so they're not fighting over nothing, and Shyvana gets got out. Oh boy. Not a proud day for Demacia. This is Ionia just rolling right through Demacia. They're nothing, they're like little twigs. It's like, Lee Sin walks up and kicks you and you're dead. You're like a twig to him, or, like a karate board that you punch and kick in half. And they're already cracking through that second layer of towers. They should get this one. Top's already down. Mid won't be far behind. So it's like 20 minutes and they're already like in position where like they win one fight and they end the game. I mean, death timers are short, but if they like completely just instantly blow up 5 Demacian players, all 5 of them, they can rush the towers pretty quickly, I feel. Gold is just about 11k in favor of Ionia. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. That's like 10k, 11k lead is over a 30% of what Demacia have, because they have under 30k, so 11% is more than a third of their gold. So yeah, there's a pretty significant gold lead for Ionia here. Item-wise, obviously we got some item advantage. We got Karma has 2 complete items plus her boots. Garen has only his Spear for Saves and uncompleted boots. And Yasuo going in, the invincibility is protecting Lucian, but they just kind of wait it out, stay on top of him, and then when it's out, they blow him up. Okay, jungler-wise, yeah, 2 items on Lee Sin, if you count the jungle item, and then Shyvana just has her jungle item. Mid lane, Yasuo has his, sorry, I'm distracted by this fight. Yeah, he's going on the Lux, Garen coming in. Soraka trying to keep Lee Sin alive. Shyvana protecting Lux. She runs into the Yasuo, and that will seal her fate. Now Shyvana's in trouble. Taric very low. He gets taken out by the Karma. Ionia just rolling through the monster, not giving them the prayers hope. No chance. Yeah, so Yasuo has his Infinity Edge and his Phantom Dancer, 2 items versus just Lux's Aurel Nomicon, not a very particular like combat stat item, you know, because they're a little bit of AP and at greatest range, but not a lot of damage, mostly, you know, just mana regen. So a 2-item advantage for Yasuo, pretty big 2-item advantage as well. Bomb lane, pretty even. 3 items plus 2 items. 2 items plus boots versus 2 items plus boots. Similar items as well. And then the supports, items aren't as important. They both got their vision though, so they're roughly even. But yeah, just like, it seems everyone, except for the bot lane, everyone on Ionia has an item lead, a whole item ahead of their main opponent. Lux puts a lot of damage with her ult, but nope. Yasuo has the wind wall. Well, that doesn't block her ult, but you know, he stops her from being able to follow anything up with that. So she gets some good damage down, but wind wall, she just can't follow anything up. And she's not fed enough where her ult alone will blow someone up. It's pretty mediocre damage right now. And like Demacia, like they're one person that's really good at trying to come back. You know, not is Lux. She's not incredibly great at it. You know, her ability, you know, just poke out of range and have some AoE that can potentially be wave clear is like the only thing that can really be good at stalling out a game. But she's not getting enough damage. She's just, you know, she got shut down very, very hard with those Lee Sin ganks and the nice Yasuo play. So she can't really do enough, and you know, maybe Lucian with his ults can do a little bit, but it's not that hard. Like after he blows it, there's like nothing else that Lucian really has. He doesn't have enough damage in his kit to hurt anyone fast enough. I know by the time he gets enough damage out, they've already blown up his entire team. It's just Ionia is so far ahead, they can get things so quickly. This is just, hey, it feels like it's just, you know, a matter of how quickly can Ionia close the game out. It's not even a question of if. Very unfortunate for Demacia. Ionia looking super strong. All the inhibitors are down, and I've only ever seen one time that someone has come back from 3 dead inhibitors, and so yeah, that's a very low likelihood of Demacia coming out of this. Once 3 inhibitors are down, pretty much it takes a miracle for you to be able to turn it. Here comes Kieran, going after the Yasuo. He's forced back off, though he can't do any damage. He's taking so much. And it's just this prolonged siege, and like they're slowly taking down towers. They're finally getting to the first one. The second one will be very quickly followed. They're gonna, Demacia's looking like they just got engaged, and it's gonna say, oh, you have to just ace them. Unfortunately, Demacia doesn't have a choice. They have to fight here because they're gonna lose the game. But there's just no way they can fight. Yeah, they get cleaned up. Lux hiding in the fountain. Lee Sin going in. Will die! Oh, more kills for the Lux. Oh, man. And yeah, they just really wanted that Lux on top of their victory. It's like, but, you know, the fountain is pretty strong. You have to be pretty late in the game for a fountain dive to work. Like, that Lee Sin almost killed her, but not quite late enough in the game. Not quite enough items to make it happen. And let's see, there we are. Let's take a look at these endgame stats, shall we? Obviously, everyone on Ionia looking great. Demacia, everyone's having a rough time. I think the biggest thing was just the rank matchup. I really can't see much that Demacia could have done to pull themselves out of that game when their jungler was behind, their 2 solo lanes were behind, their bot lane was doing okay, but, you know, not great. They just had a small CS lead and weren't able to make anything happen. It was a pretty close lane, slightly favoring Demacia, but they weren't far ahead enough where they could go anywhere else, and the other 3 people on the team were just far behind. They couldn't even help themselves. It just felt like Ionia just did a great job going, all right, we're in, we're killing you. The end, you're not coming back from this. And so the key for Demacia is just hope you can get a more even rank matchup for next game. Make sure some high tiers show up for you guys. It was very unfortunate that they had to underfill like that. But obviously, well done, Ionia. Played a great game. Just did everything right for the most part. Very few mistakes. So yeah, there you go. I think that'll about wrap this up. Not much more to say. So game 2 starting in just a few minutes. So yeah, stick around. We will be back in a second. Alright, so in honor of Ionia's win in Game 1, while we're setting up Game 2, let's play some Ionian music. Once I can get to the YouTube page. Ads. Stupid ads. There we go.
Chris, have you seen these comments lately?
Yep, I see him, Patrick. Yeah, it looks like a dog or something.
No, you guys. They want us to do Ionian girls.
Oh, why didn't you just say so? Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
I know a place full of strong, beautiful creatures. Fill all your needs. Tanky damage or a healer. Too bad, Jim's a dude. You could have joined in on this party. such a beauty, ignite and ghost. I take the most to get you to flash when I get close. Cause any patience left is running out for hot new skins to come around. Healing and peeling, life stealing and shielding. Don't forget damage dealing, driving me crazy. Listen here, ladies, I'm relying on you, cause you represent Ionia.
All right, and we are back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We have the second game of the day. And I should link in the factions chat real quick that the stream is live.
Impure fools. I shall endure.
There we go. All right. So yeah, this is game 2, and unfortunately for Demacia, they were forced to overfill. They could not get a silver for their silver slot. They had to put a gold in there, and so Ionia's getting banned. They also were not able to get a high tier. They had to put a gold in their one of their high tier slots, and high tier is for diamond and plat. So, I mean, rank-wise, that should balance out, but that does give Ionia a ban because of the overfill. I guess because they underfilled and overfilled this game, I won't count it against Demacia's, because normally it's you're only allowed 1 overfill per set of featured matches. So if they have to overfill again this weekend, they can still do it because they underfilled. If they overfill again and they don't underfill at the same time, then yeah, they that will use up their one chance to do it. But I'm being a little looser with the rules this time arc around because it's a little less hardcore serious, more lax laid down. So yeah, that's how it's gonna go. So Demacia, if they need to overfill again, they can, but the overfill still gives Ionia the ban despite the underfill. It doesn't totally cancel stuff out. So nicely done Ionia getting their team together, complying with all the ranks. Anyways, doing a good job with that. Demacia rank-wise should be looking better compared to last game. Last game was very one-sided, not good for Demacia. I just have very large rank advantage against them, but they're looking better. Should be roughly even in ranks. And so the Vayne was banned. You can't see that, can you guys? Yeah, you can't see the bans. Maybe I should show that, but usually they're I don't show them because we don't care about bans and factions 90% of games because bans don't mean anything. It's just the rare occasion. But yeah, so Vayne was banned. That's why Demacia's not picking her. They didn't pick her last game either. They picked Lucian. So, it's I don't think Quinn's bad either. I know Lucian's considered pretty trash tier right now. But they have Vayne and Quinn, and Vayne's been their go-to. You ban Vayne, they still got Quinn. Lucian, they also have, but not considered great, but they still got Quinn. So, still looking pretty decent for Demacia. Ionia looks like they're gonna change things up a bit. Last time they ran Lee Sin jungle. It's looking like they're gonna throw Yi in there. Ooh, nope, Udyr. Okay, so early pressure I think is something big you need against Demacia. You need to have a jungler that can help your lanes out early because Demacia likes to just pull ahead early on. And I think Lee Sin's been very, very good at applying early pressure. As we saw last game, he totally shut down Shyvana really hard and then just started pounding the mid lane. Made Lux's life miserable. So I think Lee Sin was very, very big last game. They're changing it up, though. They're going Udyr, and he's not the early game threat that Lee Sin is. Late game, he is godly. He's, the gaudier late game. But early on, not so scary as the Lee Sin. So let's see how that affects the Ionian team. They're looking at the Shyvana. Nope, gonna grab Fiora. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's looking like the Jarvan's gonna go jungle because I've seen Rextruff, and usually if he's Jarvan, it's jungle. I've never seen him go Jarvan top, although he has said he can do it. I mean, it seems like he's a lot more comfortable on Jarvan jungle than top, which I understand. That makes sense. And so I was thinking, that was probably Jarvan jungle, and then Shyvana top. I haven't seen that for a few seasons. People always take her jungle instead of top nowadays. So they're grabbing the Fiora, and then they grab the Sona support. Okay, so they're not grabbing the Leona monster that everyone's afraid of. But hey, if you don't have someone that's going to be good on Leona. You don't want to force them to play a champion they're bad on. Let them take their comfort pick rather than forcing them into the champion that, yeah, your team comp will want, but they would just not do as well on. So let's take a look. So Karma top lane, once again, it looks like last time I was thinking it'd be Yasuo top and Karma mid, but I think you're just going to do the Karma top Yasuo mid again. It is a different player on Karma this time. Pinky, who was Karma last time, had to go. Crazy Porcupine replaced her, but yeah. I'm expecting it to be Karma top. This will be against Fiora, not the Garen that was top lane last time. And I think Fiora's going to have a much better time than the Garen did last game. For starters, there's a rank advantage for the Fiora this time, whereas last time it was a rank advantage for the Karma. Sodaman is... I know he's high tier. I want to say he's hit Diamond, but for some reason I'm also thinking that's wrong and he only ever hit Plat. I'm not sure. I'm going to go ahead and say that Sodaman's a Plat. If you're a Diamond, I'm getting that wrong. I do sincerely apologize, Sodaman. I do not mean to discredit you. But yeah, we have the Fiora top lane high tier versus the Gold Karma top lane, and I think Fiora definitely has the tools to handle that. Karma tries to throw stuff at her. Fiora just goes, "Oh, I got parry." You can't do that. You get the ult and power Q. She can block that initial damage and then walk out, dash out even. Because of the Fiora Q, so she can block that. And then the scary thing that for when you're going up against Karma in a fight is her ult and power W. Fiora can block that, and because it's a hard CC, she can stun Karma, and she can very easily gap close with that Q. Just go dash, I hit you, and she can combo that with your E to get a slow on top with that Q hit. So yeah, a lot of tools for that Fiora top lane. I'm expecting top lane to go very different from last game. I think it's going to go well for Demacia. Now mid lane is the lane to watch in my opinion, because we've seen a lot of very good Lux play this arc, and Pato123 particularly seems to be a Lux main, or if not a main, just plays a lot of her and has done amazing stuff on her, but he's up against a Diamond Yasuo. I don't think Yasuo is one of Dark Omega's top played champions, but he definitely seems to be good on the guy. And he's got that wind wall to deal with a lot of the Lux harass. It's gonna be a close match. That I think mid lane is going to be the most close and intense fight, and could be the game deciding lane. Can't say for sure. Obviously, a lot of stuff can happen across the map, but. If I had to bet, I would think mid lane's gonna be the biggest impact and the most toss up of who's gonna win. I don't know. It's gonna be a close matchup. Of course, I could be wrong. It could be mismatched. One person just clearly better, but from what I can tell, I don't see one having a huge advantage. So that is gonna be the exciting lane to watch. All right, and we're getting into the lane screen, waiting for the lane screen to come up. So just a moment. Alright, so the jungle. Talked a bit, they got the Jarvan jungle, they got the Udyr jungle. Obviously, Udyr's not going to have the gank potential of Jarvan. Jarvan has the flag, right? He just goes in, he has the, instant gap closer. Unlike Udyr, who, he can speed himself up, but he still has to run at the person. And, Jarvan's got the knock-up that he can apply with that gap closer, and then he has the shield that can give a little bit of a slow after that. And he has some good early game damage as well. Very good early game damage. He's got the passive, giving you extra damage on that first auto. You got the armor shred. You got the attack speed boost with your flag if you manage to keep the fight near the flag, which, you knock them up. So you should. So yeah, a lot of more early game pressure from the Jarvan. In theory, that should be what happens. Just more pressure from Jarvan. Late game, you're just going to be the better fighter, individual fighter, but Jarvan, I think, brings more to the team fight. He can lock up a lot of people with the flag and drag combo, with the ultimate. He can quickly engage a fight for Demacia. And so I just feel like Jarvan's going to be bringing more. The thing that Udyr has for him, as you can see, is Udyr's a high tier. Caden is plat. He used to be diamond a few seasons back, but that was a while ago. I think he's only plat now. But yeah, so he's got the rank advantage for him, and if he can get to the back line, which will be tough against Jarvan and Lux and Sona, but if he can do that, he can wreck. They're not going to be able to put enough damage on him. He's very tanky, and he'll blow them up because he puts out a ton of damage just by being so tanky. That's what he's got going for him. That's what he's going to want to do. But Jarvan has all the advantages in his way to outperform Udyr, in theory, based on this champion matchup. But, player skill, Caden can overcome that potentially. We'll see. Lastly, we have bot lane. So we did see the Varus Soraka last time. We did not see the Quinn Sona last time, though. I have to say, I really think that this will go Demacia's way, because we saw the Varus Soraka last time. They weren't able to do a whole lot. Bot lane, was pretty even, slight advantage to Demacia, and that was with a Lucian, and Lucian is just considered to not be a very strong champion right now, considered pretty trashed here at the moment, in fact. Now you got the Quinn and the Sona. They don't have a ton of CC. One Sona hits 6. Yeah, they get instant big ult that can lock them down. But before that, you don't really have much CC, but you get a lot of damage. The Sona poke and the Quinn poke will hurt. And Soraka, I don't think she's going to be able to heal quite fast enough. It's, all theoretical, but I don't think Soraka will be able to do enough healing if Quinn and Sona can just keep the pressure down constantly, and they're gonna bully the Ionian bot lane. So top lane, I was predicting Demacia. Mid lane, I was predicting Atasa. Bot lane, I was predicting Demacia and jungle. So I don't know. My predictions are looking good for Demacia, but I also did give some conditions. Like, for example, jungle, Jarvan has the greater potential, I feel. But the rank advantage and the late scale nature of Udyr could blow that prediction out of the water, and Udyr can go crazy. So Ionia, they don't have what I think would be the best champion matchups, but I mean, if they can get people like Udyr going, if Yasuo can win that top lane, if Karma surprises me top lane. Did I say Yasuo top lane? Yasuo's mid. Oh, and that reminds me, I need to put up the scoreboard. Yay!
Who's ready for a mother humping tea party?
I don't know if that's really anything to be excited about, putting up a scoreboard. Yay! I don't know. That's probably not, but So here we go. Both junglers starting on their blue side. That will give Demacia's bot lane the chance to get in lane sooner, because, Ionia's bot lane's leashing. Karma should be able to, get to early level 2, which is pretty big, but I don't know if she'll have the opportunity to do much with it. I don't think she... Fiora should be able to clear the wave a bit better early on, unless Karma starts throwing abilities at the wave. So it's like, yeah, Fiora might fall behind for like a couple seconds, but you can very quickly kill a couple minions and get the level, balanced. Oh, already going for that Q trade. Karma queuing, hits the minion wave. And the game is on. Not much to see yet. Udyr's doing a faster clear. Jarvan went blue, then Gromp, then Wolves. Udyr went blue, then Wolves, straight to red. So Jarvan's clearing out an entire side of his jungle. Udyr's going, to clear out both sides, get that buff. So Jarvan could be going for the early level 3, going for the early gank. But top lane, it was looking maybe Karma was going to back off a bit on the mini-map, but then once we saw it going, Karma may have been backing off, but the minions are in her favor, going to push. That could set Jarvan up. But no, he actually doesn't go for the early level 3 gank topside. He's heading towards the bottom river, looking mid lane, but Yasuo's pushed back under tower. Not a great spot to be ganking. He backs off. Udyr's the one looking top now. He clears that Skull Crab and heading top. So, he moves up the map very fast. gonna scare away Fiora. Doesn't really get anything on her though. No damage, nothing blown. Karma gets the stun to land, parries the Q, but you really want to parry that root, I think, so you can engage on her. But then again, the Q is the bigger damage threat, so, you know. Yasuo going after, look, she gets the light bunny. Here comes you. She's going to have to flash away, and then we switch to the bomb side, do direct camera, then switches mid again. And here comes Jarvan bot side. The exhaust coming down. The flash E from the Quinn, forcing the heal from there. So that's a flash for a heal. The gank also burnt the Soraka's exhaust. That hopefully will put enough pressure for Demacia they can start acquiring a CS lead. Fiora not quite timing her parry correctly, and she hits. The root hits, and she's getting poked a lot. Karma's doing a very good job poking, so this lane is not going how I expected. I thought Fiora would be having a pretty good time top lane, but Karma doing a great job kiting. She's still got a health potion, or biscuit, I should say, thanks to that mastery. But, Fiora's used all of hers. She's out-sustaining, outlasting the lane. CS is pretty much dead even. Mid lane, Lux got a pretty decent CS lead, over 10. And looking to expand it. She still has both her health biscuits, and Yasuo has none. He's burnt all of his. So looking good mid lane for Lux. That was the lane I was thinking, is going to be the one to watch, and so far it's looking very, very good for Lux. That early gank from Lulu did burn her flash, but other than that, she's been looking very solid. Bottom lane going dead even. So my predictions so far are not holding up as well as I thought. So I thought mid lane would be a bit closer. It's still certainly close. Yasuo is looking to kill the Lux and take control of that lane, so it's still very much winnable for him. She does put a lot of damage on his way out after that trade. He went pretty deep for that, and because he's melee, he has to just walk out and she's ranged. She can put a lot of damage on him while that's happening. He gets very low, so yeah, she's going to probably force him out of lane. She hits 6 in a minute, and that's Yasuo does not want to be in the lane with that low health while she is level 6. He can try to assassinate her with his ult. Oh yeah, first blood. Lux taking control of that mid lane with that first blood. That's going to be very, very good for Demacia. She's looking to shove that lane before she recalls, but here comes Udyr from the I don't know what that path is called, but it's behind her. She's putting the shield down, trying to stay alive. Doesn't even have to burn barrier. I thought she would get away, but have to burn barrier, but that does not seem to be the case. Nice parry from Fiora, but does not aim it quite right, so she does not get the stun. Trying to get the ult procs off. Can't quite get him, and Karma's going to get away. That's Fiora's flash down. The Karma barrier going down. Going back in for some more damage. It's so close to the top lane, but it looks like Karma's going to have to back off. Fiora's too low, towered high, but here comes Jarvan. He's looking for a tele. Flash! Flag and drag combo. Misses it, but he gets in range of her. Smites her, gets that empowered auto attack, and she is dead. And Fiora? Yeah, Fiora got an assist. Nice job. So top lane looking good for Fiora. She's going to be able to get some control of the lane off of that. Should be able to start denying Karma some CS. I don't know if she'll be able to outright kill her, but it'll be hopefully enough of advantage from that. Well, she'll be able to start denying Karma CS, get a lead that way. Mid lane looking good. Bot lane is, actually the one lane looking good for Ionia because they have a small CS lead. And yeah, so it looks as though the Karma has to go AFK for a minute, and we have the pause come out. That is okay. That's why we do tournament drafts. Each team gets 5 minutes of pause time. So let's look at some of the items. Not much has been bought yet. It's still very early on, but we're seeing the Fiora has a Tiamat. Also grabbing a control reward. Very smart. Buying that early vision is helpful. Those control rewards could last you the entire game. So it's not just early game vision when you get those. They could go mid and even possibly late game and be helpful for your team. That's good. Karma, not quite looking good. Only has, I forget what that's called, Forbidden Idol. Forbidden Idol. Jarvan has completed his first stage jungle item. He got his Chilling Smite. We saw him use that to help him catch up to the Karma tower, making sure she can't run him. Not sure if it was needed, but you know, it's a smite. You know, it's such a short cooldown. You don't care if you burn it when you don't need to. Udyr going for a bit different path on his build. He grabbed his Hunter's Talisman and then didn't upgrade it to the next level of jungle item. He grabbed that Hunter's Potion, which I think is you know, not bad. You know, Udyr, you know, wants to kind of just scale, so getting that to kind of hard farm the jungle, not a bad idea. Then he grabbed though the, what is that, Amp Tome? Pretty sure that's it. Yeah, Amplifying Tome. I don't know if that was the good way to go, especially if you're hard farming the jungle. Upgrading your item gets you more bonus gold and experience than going for the Amp Tome. Even if you're going to turn it into the Runic Echoes, upgrading the jungle item component first gives you more gold and experience. And Lux puts out a lot of damage, just not quite enough. And now Yasuo has his Q. He's going to be looking to knock her up and alter. Oh, put the ult in the wrong direction. Hitting the Sona, and Lux quickly puts down the light binding, so he cannot ult the Sona on top of that. And then Quinn picks him off. Nice trade for Demacia. They lost the Jarvan, unfortunately, but they got the kill and a lot of assists on top of that. They got the did Jarvan get an assist off that? No, he did not. But they got the assist on Lux and Sona, and then Quinn picked it up. So they got a lot of assist gold from that kill. And I have seen assist gold win games. One team I've seen games where it was like one team was killing the other a ton, but it was like one person would be involved in the kills, and the rest of the team would just starve out in gold. And the other team, every time they got a kill, everyone on their team was involved, and so they got a lot more gold per kill, despite being behind the kills. And ooh, a nice trade by the Karma, puts the Q down, but then nicely timed parry by the Fiora, gets the stun, wants that kill, not quite able to get her, you know, she's not really having a good time getting that, all the blocks of her ult off. Nice life binding, not going to let Yasuo ult as a result, because he was, you know, stuck in the life binding. Ooh, Fiora in trouble! Oh, the auto attack just barely not enough to kill her, and damn, she got away. Such a close fight in the top lane. Fiora is pulling ahead in the CS, but the kill pressure is very much there. She cannot just, you know, consider like Karma is no threat. Karma is very much a threat. So while she is pulling ahead in the CS, she does have to respect Karma's power. And Karma obviously is going to use the opportunity to try to catch up in the CS department. Jarvan, EQ, followed up by the ult, desperately trying to make sure they can get both the kills. They get the Soraka, but the flash ult from Sona that was specifically done to lock up the Varus to hopefully get him as part of the kill. It's not enough to kill him. He gets away. No one's gone for any objectives yet. No dragons, no Rift Heralds, and no one's like stuck around to push a tower. Like, no one's like ganked the lane and then stuck around to try to push the tower down. So, no objectives yet. It's all just kill gold. And it's got a 2k gold lead. Much closer than last game. Last game, by this point, was already a pretty sizable lead for Ionia. Now, Demacia's got a decent lead. And, yikes, yeah, Lux just has the damage. There's just no other way around it. Lux has the damage. Udyr's got respect that Lux is so strong right now, and needs to maybe counter jungling against that Fed Lux that can pretty quickly rotate to anywhere in the jungle because she's mid lane is not an ideal situation, so I should probably stop counter jungling or wait until there's a situation where she clearly won't be able to rotate. And Demacia realizes they had an opportunity there, grabs the dragon. Oh, Yasuo. Oh, the binding misses from the Lux, so that's going to help Yasuo a lot. Going to make it so he can actually win that trade instead of just putting damage down, then Lux getting a ton of damage on his way back. Missing the Q. That's very fortunate for Lux. He gets that knock up from his Q and then follows up with his ult. She's low enough where that's probably the end of her. Oh boy, Sona, or not Sona, Fiora going after Karma, puts a lot of damage down, but yeah, she gets on her tower, plus they had a nice use of the redemption. And oh wow, actually the Karma got redemption. I thought that was Soraka. I was like, wow, Soraka got an early redemption, but no, it was Karma with the redemption. And here comes the Udyr tower dive. Karma looking to try make him regret that. He's going to back away, and a nice ult from Soraka, keeping him healthy. Yeah, so does not follow up with his ult on that Q. Possibly could have killed her off that, I don't know. I think he should have gone for it, but hey, Dark Omega's the diamond. What do I know? Yasuo going in, he should be able to get that knock up, gets the light binding though, he cannot use his ult when he's light bound, so he never even uses the knock up on his Q. Jarvan, Flag and Dragon, ult, yeah, it's like, that is just Jarvan in a nutshell right there, just so much range and engage potential. He, like the EQ combo and then the ult on top of it, he's got so much range, it's like, yeah, you just, it's nearly impossible for him to not engage on you, and he, yeah, he was able to engage twice despite the flash. And so yeah, nice gank. Jarvan getting very fed, 4 kills already. Lux has 3 assists, so she's doing pretty good too. Obviously, a lot of the pressure's been around the mid lane. A lot of the fighting has been around mid lane. That's why they have so many kills. And oh, nice ult from the Sona. That's gonna set them up for a nice kill. Flash is being burnt, but not enough because he has a flash too. You're really looking to try hurt this Karma, but not having much success. She's just really only being successful in getting a CS lead. She's got about 20 CS leads, so that's pretty good, but you can tell she wants more, can't quite get it. Oh boy, let's see, can she get the parry? Nice use of the parry stun, puts the ult down, looking, oh man, almost, if she had gotten that one side of Karma while she was on it, but it was like, you could see it, like there's a little dance, but she didn't quite hit Karma on that far side before Karma like walked away from her and got like the other side facing. It's hard to explain, but I think you saw it. Oh man, you're in trouble. There's the Yasuo wind wall, or not wind wall, but the wind empowered Q somehow didn't hit her. I thought he got the spin, but I think maybe he got the spin, but the wind thing wore off. And then yeah, Ignite takes out the Fiora. Nice use of the parry there, trying to block that Fiora. Didn't try to, actually did, but the Ignite was apparently more than enough to already take her out on its own. Lux instantly blows up the Karma. Yasuo and Udyr are going after her. Jarvan's gonna stop Yasuo from being able to do that with the ult. Now Yasuo's in trouble. He puts the Q down. He's not gonna be able to get away. Jarvan is just like, yeah, I got the flag and drag it. You're gone. And we didn't see what happened with Lux, but she evidently did get away. Burned both her summoners to do so though. And now they're looking to try and get this kill on Udyr. He went for the blue buff. And that was really ill-advised, I think. Obviously, ill-advised. He got killed over that. Yeah, you know, Udyr went for the blue buff after realizing he couldn't kill Lux. But you knew Jarvan is there. You ought to know Jarvan's stronger than he right now. He's got 5 kills and 2 assists. And Lux, yeah, Lux was, you know, low on health, both her summoners. But you got no gap closer. She can easily kite you out. So I don't know why Udyr went for the blue buff and rather than just backing off. Try and get to safety. 5k gold lead for Demacia. Still closer than last game. It's the shoe's on the other foot. Demacia's in the lead. That's still closer than last game. I think it was very far ahead there early on. You're missing the stun off the parry, taking quite a bit of damage, puts some back, but definitely Karma looking good in that trade. But now, oh, Fiora getting the advantage and putting the exhaust down, wants that ult, will proc the ult, but just commits way too hard. It's like, I'm getting this ult proc. And the Zonias! Oh my god, oh, the Zonias! Oh man! That is just like, you know, that little bit of health. Like Yasuo's looking like for sure he's got this with just the ult, and then oh no, I don't have it with the ult. Okay, I can just auto attack her. Oh no, look, she's got Zonia's. And Jarvan's there too, and yeah, it's just yeah, you know, Yasuo's not feeling too good about that. It's like, come on, give me a break. And we have the pause. This time it's from Demacia, so it's a different set of 5 minutes that this is subtracting out of. And solo casting 2 games in a row is starting to make me thirsty. I need some water. Oh, I'll get some water in the break between this game and game 3. Alright, so obviously Demacia looking very good right now. Jarvan the most fed in terms of kills. Lux has a lot of assists plus a lot of CS. I don't know if there's still a way for you to look at the individual goal, because that's there used to be just like a little button that you could click up here, and it's not there. I'm not seeing. What's that? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that will let me look at the individual gold of people. I would like to see who's higher, Jarvan or Lux, because Jarvan has more kills, but Lux is keeping up with him in the KDA part. She's got a lot of assists, and she's got a lot of minion kills, a lot of CS. I would like to see which one has the higher gold. If I had to guess, I would say Jarvan by a small amount, but you know, Lux could be ahead, so I want to double check. I can't though. Looking at the items, we see that Fiora, she got the Tiamat, and now she's got the Phage, and I'm guessing she's now going to finish off the Tiamat into a Ravenous Hydra based on that Vamp Scepter. I know the Phage is needed for the speed boost. You know, she needs to be able to walk around people and get those vitals that are constantly moving to the other side of the opponent. Every time you proc one, they go on the other side. And so that's good. And the Tiamat was there for wave clearance and nice, quick damage when you go in for the trade. You go in, hit the vital, and then hit your Tiamat for some quick burst damage trading there. So that's why she got those sub items, and then looking to finish off the Ravenous Hydra. Rather than finishing off the early Black Cleaver, I would think get the Tiamat and then go for the full Black Cleaver. But I guess maybe it's the lifesteal. I think the Black Cleaver would be good. I think it increases the movement speed more than just the Phage alone. I'm not sure on that. Let's take a look. So it's 20 movement speed, and then 60 movement speed when you grab a kill. Let's take a look at Black Cleaver once she gets it. But more than that, it's also like the armor shred be very, very good, especially since this Karma is getting a Glacial Shroud early on and has that Redemption, which also has armor. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. Wow, I do not know these items as well as I should. Sorry. But obviously the Glacial Shroud, that's going to lead to some good armor. She already has some. When she upgrades it, she'll get more. So yeah, I think that armor shred would be very, very good. So I'm a bit surprised the Ravenous Hydra first. But hey, it's Soda Man. I'm not going to question him. And now, Porcupine wants AFK, so Caden is losing his sanity due to the growling of the wolves. Oh man, Caden. Yeah. Oh, I get it now. I was like, what's going on? But yeah, if you look at the mini map here, Udyr is stuck next to the wolf camp, so it's probably stuck at the pause in mid wolf cry animation, so he keeps hearing the wolf sound. Oh, that does happen when you hit pause. A lot of times you'll be stuck with just this one sound that will never go away till you unpause it, and it's like, get rid of this sound. Oh, it just gets so annoying so quickly. Okay, what was I talking about? I was talking about items, and I was on top lane for a long time. Let's move on. Jungles both have finally gotten their full completed jungle items. Jarvan grabbing the Moby Boots versus the Merc Treads on Udyr. Moby Boots, I'm guessing he's like Jarvan's just like, I'm going around ganking a lot. I want to be able to get those ganks off as fast as possible. Moby boots are going to help with that the best. Udyr looking more to be, that fighting machine, and so he's like, yeah, I want to stick on people with those auto attacks, so I need Merc Treads so I just don't get kited out. And then Jarvan has some more items after that. Nothing completed though, so he's obviously stronger as a result. He's looking better because he's got more items under his belt, and I think he can probably upgrade those items on his next back into something better. Mid lane we have the Zonias versus the Fam Dancer. And you look, Yasuo got the Merc Treads. He's just like, I gotta deal with the Lux, you're kiting me out using your CC. I gotta deal with that somehow. So he's grabbing those Merc Treads. Good choice. But yeah, the Fam Dancer versus the Zonias. We did see that Zonia's definitely paid for itself with that play mid lane, saving Lux's life. Definitely a good choice to get. That really helped her out. It does mean she doesn't have a mana item other than, she's relying on Doran's Ring. She's going to have to, probably get Morellonomicon as her next one so she can sustain her mana a bit. Me personally, if I can, I like something like a Rod of Ages, which can work on Lux, but Morellonomicon does work pretty well on her too. And obviously, when it's this late, you don't get Rod of Ages. You want to get that as like a first item. It's too late in the game to grab Rod of Ages. So Morellonomicon, smart choice here. We do see some fighting bot lane. It's back and forth, but yeah, the Ionian bot lane wasn't really able to finish anyone off. They were just like trying to scare Demacia off so they wouldn't finish off the Udyr. But Udyr was trying to stay in the fight, help out his bot lane because they were fighting, so he got stuck and got killed. Now for the last set of items, bot lane. The supports, they both got, they have some differing stuff. It's looking like Soraka is going to get that Talisman of Ascension versus Sona getting Eye of the Watcher. So one's getting the active summoner item while the other one's getting the combo support item and warding item combo. I don't know if there's that's like a class of its own, or you just call it the combo item or what. In terms of ADCs, Quinn has already finished off her static Shiv. Varus, it looks like he cast Split. He has the components for a, what's it called? The Essence Reaver? It's the blue item. Pretty sure it's called Essence Reaver. But then he also has a Zeal, and so it's like he split his build. I think that hurt him. He needs to just go for one, not split his build up like that. And so yeah, that's slowing him down. Quinn's gonna have an earlier advantage because of it. Got more of a power spike. Fiora fighting this Karma gets a lot of damage down nicely for Redemption. Gets the damage and the heal. But Fiora continuing to pull ahead, and Fiora puts her ult down right as Karma starts getting her tower, so she can't proc to them. I think she should have just procced it very early so she could get all of them off, rather than just two. Lux missing the ult would have killed the Yasuo anyways because of a good Soraka ult, realizing that Lux was ulting and Yasuo could use a little health. I'm not sure if it would have been enough anyways, but it certainly doesn't help. And so yeah, nicely done by the Soraka. And oh, nice flash, dodging the Sona ult. That is Yasuo's ult and flash for the Sona flash, plus a little pressure time from Jarvan. Riftail gone, no one grabbing that. I think that would have been very good to grab for the Jarvan. I mean, teamfight time is going to be sticking with the team, so it won't be much. But with all the ganking he's been doing, grabbing only Riftail would be like, yeah, I can blow them up in my ganks even faster. Oh, Fiora going in with low health. Lux going in on them. She doesn't have her ult, but she does. Oh, there it is. Oh, never mind. She got it. I forgot how short of a cooldown it was. Yeah, she kills both of them just like that. That's, just frustrating. It's like, why does Lux have so much damage on an ult with so low of a cooldown? It's not fair. You know Ionia saying that right now. You just know it. And it is called Essence Reaver because it shows it right there. And yeah, trading top lane, Fiora in trouble, puts the ult down. Like, yeah, wow, that must have guys really good ult as well. And yeah, with the gank coming in to help her out, she lives and picks up the kill. Nicely done. Gonna help her out. And now the gank mid lane. Oh wow! The getting that white binding just as Yasuo gets barely past the wind wall. Yeah, neat stuff. Ultimately, no one dies, but that is a Lux Flash burnt. Tower down. Demacia has not lost a single tower, and they have picked up one? Yeah, only one. I was looking, trying to see if Varus, Varus icon was like kind of covering up that bot tower. But then you look at the score up here, and it's like, oh yeah, Demacia only has one. Surprised they haven't gotten more. It just feels like they should have been able to get more. But yeah, they have it. Rudier stealing the farm in the jungle away from Jarvan. They go for the tower dive. Yasuo dashes out of tower, back under tower. He's gonna live. Nicely job surviving that without, you know, it was like, it looked really good. It's like you would think it would be like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. And it looked like he just kind of just like, okay, I'm gonna go out, avoid them, then go back in. They don't want to go back to tower, so he just kind of like handled it, you know, kept a level head handling that tower dive. Yeah, so not going after the Lux with his ult after he knocked her up with his Q. I guess, yeah, she is pretty healthy, so I was like, yeah, you go in. But he doesn't have the most damage. He's not been able to get many kills, so it'd be very hard to kill her. And then he's stuck right next to her. She could just, you know, light bind him and blow him up. So it makes sense for him to not go on that, actually. Let's try to take a look. So it's a 7k gold lead for Demacia. Ionia can still very much, you know, try coming back from that. They can still make some kind of moves, make a big play that they can control the game. They don't just have to wait and play reactively. You're going in, gets her ult down. Karma in trouble. Nice job there. Okay, so we got the tower killed by Jarvan, and they go in on the Lux. Lux popping her Zonias, puts the barrier down, desperately trying to get out and alive and kite this. She's doing a great job, and the Sona comes in, heals her, and then puts down enough damage. Yasuo can't finish her off. Just well played, Demacia getting everything right there. And Lux missing well, but Clinton with a nice lockdown from an E stops her from getting away, and Sona should be able to drop. Sona getting a couple kills for herself there. And Fiora, meanwhile, grabbing a kill topside. Karma not able to get under the tower. Demacia grabbing a tower off of this. That'll be their third tower of the game. So yeah, Demacia really starting to really turn their lead into something. This is the point where they're gonna just start having complete control. Before, you know, they were ahead, looking good, mostly controlling the map, but now it's gonna be like Ionia's just gonna have to kind of like hold together, hope they can pick someone off, and wait for Demacia. I mean, Ionia, I think it's still semi-possible for them to make a play, but it's like if Demacia just starts playing aggressive and staying as a team, Ionia won't have the chance to make any plays. They just have to try to slow Demacia down, which they probably won't be able to do. And they're talking about in the all chat there, like the you know, interactions of the Karma Mantra Empowered W and nice grab once they're catching up to Soraka. But the Mantra Empowered W of Karma versus the parry, about how it doesn't heal, even though it would heal on a spell shoot, not parry. And yeah, Fiora gets a good kill topside, but bottom lane kind of just missed positions and they get picked off. Jarvan really going aggressive, but it pays off. Wow. Jarvan's just so tanky. I was saying, yeah, he can survive for a while and hopefully wait for Lux, but he can actually put down enough damage where he's a damage threat. Wasn't expecting that for how tanky he is. I guess I underestimated how much damage the Titanic Hydra was going. And Ionia surrendering. Ooh, wow. I didn't think Ionia was going to surrender that. Yeah, they were at the point where it's like, yeah, they can't gain place. You just got to hope for Demacia to mess up. But wow. So we see, you know, Ionia stomp game 1, Demacia stomps game 2. Yeah. And like I said, Demacia got their lead and rolled with it. I really, really think a Lee Sin jungle is almost a must-have at this point because I've seen a lot of good stuff happen when Ionia gets a Lee Sin jungle. The early pressure he brings does a lot to stop Demacia's early snowball. Udi is good, but he just doesn't bring the early pressure, and that's what Ionia needs. It's like they got plenty of ways to do stuff late game. It's getting to the late game. That's their problem. So I think Lee Sin would be a better choice in the jungle. That's what I'm thinking. Lee Sin should be like Ionia's go-to jungle right now, in my opinion. It's all an opinion. Just like the early game pressure it brings is a lot. Great stuff from Demacia all around. Nice ganks from Jarvan. Lux getting crazy as usual. Bot lane, early on, it was going pretty close, but they ended up pulling ahead later on in the game. And Fiora was having trouble for a while, but eventually, yeah, she did start taking control. It was just, you fight me, you die after a certain point. So everyone on Demacia looking good. And I forgot, I have to show you. I have to show you this. I was looking at this, forgot to show it to you. But yeah, there's the end of game stats. Oh, you can't look at the advanced details anymore? I was wanting to look at some of the damage charts, but thanks. The new client won't let you do that. Oh well. Demacia, great job. Great KDA as a team. Everyone looks pretty good in the KDA department. A lot of people looking amazing. Yeah, just solid performance by Demacia. Kind of the opposite of game 1. Not much to say other than Demacia got ahead very, very early, and Ionia needs a way to slow that down. I think Lee Sin would be a really, really good choice for that. Able to bring more early game pressure. Other than that, though, I think that'll about wrap it up. So let's go on to game 3, and we're kind of staying on schedule. We should have started like a few minutes ago, starting up game 3, but we're kind of on schedule, so that's good. So stick around, and we'll be right back. Alright, in light of Demacia's victory, we'll now be playing some Demacia music. Like last game, we had the Ionia music. So yeah, here's some Demacia music for you between the games.
Yo, J4, what up, your highness?
Xin Zhao,
Hey, it's X to the Z, man.
I am very disappointed in you.
Why? What'd I do?
I can't believe you started a rap career and forgot to include me.
Oh, hey, man, that was all Sona. I was like, let's get J4 up in here, and she was all like, pling, 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 strum,
Zing.
strum. What?
Let me show you how it's done.
Where'd that microphone come from?
J to the A to the R to the V to the A to the N. IV, noob, that's what you'll be putting in. Cause even if you can't eat, you still need to get nutrition. Either that or pick your job. Why's it on the floor again? Oh yeah, it's cause I walk by. Being near me pops your banshees fail. Riot hotfix me so I could not get ulted on by Kale. I'm so fly, Cokie and the Nivea looking up at me. I spend my free time kicking with Earth the Manatee. Oh, did you know I pop wheelies on a unicycle? If the league was the NBA, then I'd be Jordan, comma Michael.
Dragons in his spare time, doing 5v1s while composing rounds, hustling hard, I'll take it. No fatigue. He's the crown prince of Demacia.
CPD, baby.
Of the league.
Know how we do.
Crown prince of D-Town, and he's king of the league.
My personality's magnetic. Blitz always gets pulled to me when Nocturne pops his ulti. I shine bright so my whole team can see. People say I'm from the future, I must be an anachronism. Hit so hard I rock the World of Warcraft with my cataclysm. Mordekaiser's just my spare armor that I'm not wearing. I taught Lee Sin how to one-shot Jesse pairing. I outrun Kennen and hear the lightning before I even see the thunder. Even Noxians list me as their emergency contact number. Jesus walks on water, I swim through land. Moon only goes where I tell him he can. Top Pantheon, how to drop the man. Flawless victories, the Demacian standard. I'm 10 steps ahead of Swain. If I want to, I can solo mid and top lane at the same time. Come on, it's game time. Why did you feature and we're losing? That's a blame time. I got words you never heard of. I'm like a thesaurus. If Renekton's a T-Rex, then I'm a Javinosaurus. People say Javin, man, you're just like Chuck Norris. A man, Chuck's just like me, noob. I even got him to do the chorus.
Hey there, Jarvan.
Hey, Chuck, long time.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I had trouble parking my pterodactyl
Hey,
out
no
there.
worries, man.
Anywho, I'm ready to do your chorus.
Well, you know what? You're late. We're just gonna let the girl do it.
Okie dokie.
Slaying dragons in his spare time, doing 5v1s while composing
You know that's how we do.
hustling hard, I'll take it.
What's a team for anyway?
He's the crown prince of Demacia, and he's king of the league. Crown
CPD,
prince of
baby.
D-Town,
Yeah.
king
Oh,
of the
yeah.
league. Jonathan Thorpe gets pentakills on twisted tree line.
When I eat corn on the cob, I don't got time to floss. Knit a lethal spears at my face, and I take 'em like a boss.
Javin has tiger blood and Adonis DNA.
I bet you get mad every time you look your scores up. You're nothing from D-Town, noob. Put some words up.
Dragons in his spare time, doing
Yeah, baby.
5v1s while
That's how we do.
hustling hard,
It's D-Town
I'll
over here
take
now.
it. No
Ain't no escape. Ain't no escape
He's
for
the
y'all.
crown prince of Demacia,
Put that in the
and he's
ring.
king of the league.
Watch that go
Crown
down.
prince of D-Town, and he's king
Now come on,
of the
whoa, whoa, yeah. You know how we do that, baby? That's what it is. Hey, so y'all know this, right? My passive now reduces surrender time by 20 minutes, changing the tooltip.
Hey, Jarvan.
Yeah.
How come Magma Chamber ain't out yet?
Oh, Magma Chamber's ready. Don't worry. Riot's just talking to me. They want to make sure I say it's hot enough first. Yeah.
Hey, Jarvan, remember when you won that staring contest with Cassiopeia?
Yeah, I do. That was yesterday. Man, not as pretty as she used to be, not gonna lie. Straight running Valor right now, you know what I'm saying? What is this League of Legends anyway? Should just be like a list full of me. We out, baby. Peace. I'm feeling oh so blue, stuck up in this solo queue. This should have a warning that the pug life.
Cal, you're in a
Yo, baby, what's happening? It's D-Town up in here.
Hey, yo,
Yeah,
here we go.
Yeah, baby, we got ODG in the studio.
Yo, X to the Z back on the mic again.
Well, you know it. It's young animals.
Yeah, baby, we running this old school now. This is a remix.
Hey, yo, Sona, this is for you,
Yeah,
girl.
that's how we do.
You know
Demacia, D-Town is where I be, yeah. Original gangster, ODG, yeah. I'm all up in your bushes, take a look and see. Check with your face and now you're adding to my killing spree. Don't matter if you bought 4 or 5 health potions. I spin the wind from the bush, causing a commotion. You want the side lanes to push, what a foolish notion. Justice and judgment is rough, hope you bought Corbin's lotion.
Is that X to the Z, oh my goodness gracious. My talons are 3 and my charge is audacious. Is that your build, noob? Man, that ish is outrageous. Push you back to your base, hope your D is tenacious. Here's a tip, noob, and the spear to go with it. LTP at the vest before you summoners rip it. Are we all up in your bushes or straight MIA? It's D-Town in the lane, noob, just go AFK.
Noobs don't know they places, checking with they faces. OMG, we got another first blood. You better put some words up. Noobs don't know they places, checking with they faces. OMG, we got another first blood. You better put some words up.
Up in here, yeah, I'm new to the scene, but after running from a rain, straight making you scream. Demacia, yeah, tossing my laser beam. I'll reach it down with a friend and set you up for my team. All the boys try to chase me, stop them right in their track. Talking about sort of the occult, they say it's got 20 stacks. Please, I know you're talking, it's just straight committing perjury. Keep staring, scrub, I'll get you laser surgery.
Coming fresh out of the smithy, what up? It's young Hammer charging all up in your face. Don't need no zoom on that camera, cause you're gonna want a screenshot to prove it's legit. When devastating blow does 4K on a critical hit. You keep coming back for more like you a Robble Stomp addict. I'll just do you like before, my immunity's diplomatic. Thinking you're so scary up in here with CC. I'll run through it to your carry and noob, that's GG.
G-spot running down the gust in the lane, and with my ultimate bust, you know I'm bringing the pain. I got flash ulti skills, and when that hits, I get pentakills, you get penta-range quits. Stay the rock, got my switches if you know what is best. Boy, I don't give a rock about your range DPS. I don't jungle for Baron, I get that hope for free. If Baron wants to push a base, he's got a jungle for me, yeah.
Noobs don't know they places, checking with they faces. OMG, we got another first blood. You better put some words up. Noobs don't know they places, checking with they faces. OMG, we got another first blood. You better put some words up. I got my red and blue buff on, I'm looking so ill. You hear the alarm? This ain't a sunfire drill. Got your whole team swallowing they blue pills. You'll need the whole keyboard to hockey my skills. If there was a way you could win, maybe I'd give you a clue. The situation that you're in leaves you with nothing to do. You're trying to get me alone on some conspicuous lead. When I take your whole team alone, you're gonna QQOP. The Journal of Justice tried to cover my last match. Ryan's working real hard trying to nerf me in the last patch. Your rank DLO, about as good as it can be. New GTFO, there's no way you can ban me. Yeah, man, this 5v5's not even fair. Y'all gonna need some backup. Where's Cyberbot when you need her? D-Town, we out.
Hey, yo, ODG.
What up?
Hey, man, you seen Sona lately?
Yeah?
Hey, she say anything about me?
Man, it's TFU.
What? Oh.
Alright, so just a minute here. We just need like one more Ionian, and then we'll be good to go for game 3. So, yeah, just a moment, guys. Alright. We are live again. Well, we are always live, but now we're actually talking. Stream is live.
This ends now.
Alright, it is in the chat, so everyone should know, at least everyone who's looking at the Factions chat. Alright. Here we go. Alright, so for those who didn't see the previous two games, spoiler alert, mute it for like a couple seconds if you really want to just go back and watch the outcomes rather than me tell you about them. So here's your spoiler alert. But in the first two games, so game one, Ionia had a pretty big rank advantage. Demacia just couldn't really get their team together, had it unfillable. And so Demacia got stomped on. Ionia looked great, rolled with it, and just had control the entire game. Game two was the opposite. The ranks were pretty close, but Demacia just took the lead early and just rolled it, stomped on Ionia. So Ionia stomped, and then Demacia stomped. And now it's time for game three. This will be the tiebreaker for the day. We still got tomorrow, so I mean, no matter what happens in this game, someone could win tomorrow and they'll take the lead if they lost today. You know, it's like so everything's still up in the air. But yeah, that's what happens. Demacia gets one ban against Ionia because Ionia had to overfill a bit. Looks like they're saving their ban for last because they haven't banned any Ionians yet. And you guys can't see the bans. The new client ruining this. And they banned Yasuo. I'm actually surprised they banned Yasuo because he hasn't been able to make a giant impact. I mean, game one, obviously, he did great, the Yasuo, but everyone was doing good in game one, and game two wasn't able to do much. So I'm surprised they banned him over someone else, but hey, that's what they're going to go with. So with him gone, they're grabbing Karma. Could be Karma top or mid. We've been seeing a lot of Karma top lately because they send Yasuo mid, but I think Karma really should be the mid laner support rather than top lane. It's, I don't know, I'm not a fan of Karma top. It's done decently well. I mean, game one it did pretty good, and game two held their own for a while. Eventually Fura pulled ahead, but, I think that had a bit to do with some jungle pressure, and they held out for so long. It's maybe if the lane phase ended just a little bit earlier for her, wouldn't have been a problem at all. So I mean, I'm not a fan of it, but it seems to be workable. Picks coming out, no surprise with the Lux pick, grabbing a Sona once again. I guess they just okay, this guy's gonna be our support, and he doesn't like Leona, or just really like Sona, one of the two, and they're grabbing that rather than their go-to Leona pick, going for the comfort pick instead. All right, so we have Jhin being hovered over, and man, I'm just really thirsty. Soul casting 2 games in a row, now game 3. Oh, I'm just gonna fall over dead because I'm so thirsty in the middle of this stream. I know it. Alright. What is the pick for Kaden? Come on, Kaden, let's see some stuff. I'm wanting to see Kaden go crazy in a game just because I haven't seen him that much since Hextech, and he was a great player in Hextech. I want to see the triumphant return, but I haven't seen anything go crazy. He's done well, but I want to see him go crazy. Oh, and that's a character to do it on, Master Yi. I really think they need an early game jungler. But, hey, it's, an early game jungler may be what I think they need, but, they're going to do what they think is going to help them the most, and, yeah, if they can get Master Yi going, it's going to be hard for Demacia to deal with that. He's just going to go in, oh, you're all dead, oh, you try to throw CC at me, I'm Yi, Alpha Strike through it. You can't slow me, has to be hard CC. Yeah, the Nocturne hover, obviously Nocturne is not on Demacia. Yeah. Nocturne is not Demacian. If anyone was thinking that, or wondering about that, I'll tell you now, he's not. I know there's some confusion because Nocturne just looks so Demacian with all of the shadows and all the death and agony stuff, which is totally Demacia's theme. Yeah, it's surprising he's not on their roster for some reason. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. So Jarvan locked in for the jungler. Garen top. Good front line from them. And then their ADC will be Soda Man. Soda on ADC, that's a scary thought for Ionia. Just Soda on ADC. He was known for his misfortune because of how crazy he went on misfortune in Bilgewater, but even when it's not misfortune, he can still do quite a bit. He will eat people alive if you let him get his ADC groove going. If he gets in the groove, he just starts, boom, your team's gone somehow. And the Aurelia is locked in, Kennen as well. So I'm guessing that's going to be a Karma support, but I don't like Dark Omega going support. What is this blasphemy? Also, Aurelia's got the exhaust. Maybe they're going to trade because Aurelia support with exhaust. That's weird. You could do Aurelia top with exhaust. Like I guess that works. I don't know. But the weird thing is you got Dark Omega on support, which is just like blasphemy. You know Dark Omega's the guy who's just like, okay, if he doesn't get first blood by 3 minutes, there is something seriously wrong. Because that's what Dark Omega does. And if you put him on support, it's just like, what is this? Yeah, so Kennen locked in. Man, I don't know what the lanes I should call out for Ionia, because I want to look at these matchups, but I can't know for sure exactly how it's going to look. Well, I can say with pretty certainty that's going to be Master Yi jungle, and then we can look, okay, so we got Jarvan jungle. We can look at the jungle matchup. Yeah, so Yi versus Jarvan, that's, you know, obviously Yi late game will just be like, haha, I will eat you alive. But Jarvan, he's got better ganks. You know, Yi, you know, he has no gap closer. Well, he has his Alpha Strike. Yeah, that gap closes gaps, but he got no CC. All he does is really bring damage into there. Jarvan has a nice knock-up with, you know, his gap closer. He's got a little bit of slow with his shield. He's going to have an easier time ganking, stronger early on. And then team fights, he brings a lot more. He's a front line. He has the engage. He has lock-up, utility. Versus Yi is just a cleanup crew. So, I mean, you know, Jarvan should be bringing more to his team, but come late game, Yi does just go insane and, you know, can just, you know, try delete everyone. So, once again, similar to last game with the Jarvan Udyr matchup. Very, very similar. Jarvan, in theory, should have the tools to do more, but if he can get going, he has the potential of going crazy. So it's like you got the tools versus the potential. That's what I'll call it. Okay, so now, I don't know, is that Karma support with teleport, or is it an Aurelia support? I'm going to say I don't think Dark Omega is going to go support. That's what I'm going to base my decision on. I think Dark Omega is going top because of the Karma top all day. So that's what I think is going on. I think Dark Omega is going top with Karma, and I think Aurelia is supporting. I'm very much guessing, though. I have very little certainty in that. I am very unsure. So, yeah. Let's take a look. The Aurelia Jhin bot lane, and that's my guess, versus the Sona Vayne bot lane. Well, I mean, they can get some long lockdown. The Aurelia stun, followed up by the Jhin W for the root. That's pretty good lockdown time. Aurelia can kind of force a fight, but I feel like, you know, Sona's just going to be able to be like, you know, poke, 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 poke. Every time Aurelia tries to do something, it's easy poke for the Sona. Vayne can tumble out. I think, yeah, if that's the matchup, then I got to give it to Demacia big time. Okay, so for the top lane, assuming it's Karma, and then versus Garen. Well, we already saw Garen versus Karma. I think Garen should have, you know, he should be the stronger laner. I mean, yeah, Karma has the tools to kite, but Garen can just be like, you know, I can press Q and silence you. You can try slow me, but if you get close enough with the speed boost on his Q, that won't really matter. And yeah, you could get the W channel to start going before the before he can get the silence off, but by the time the root actually lands, he'll have had plenty of time to get on top of you and spin and do all that damage. So I think Garen, in theory, can win that. But Karma top has been going well for the people doing it. And once again, like game 1, is a rank mismatch in the top lane. The Karma is diamond, high tier, versus the Garen is just a gold. So there's a rank advantage there. With the rank advantage, I'll give it to Karma. Like, between the rank advantage and like how well the Karma tops have been holding their own, that have been surprising me, I'll go ahead and say I think Karma should come out ahead. Champion-wise, even though Karma's been doing well, I still say Garen as a champion in even matchup and like in skill ought to be better off. But wow, yeah, we'll see. And then lastly, we got the mid lane, which I'm assuming is the Kennen going up against Lux. Yeah, I'll just say, yeah, Pato on Lux, he's going to win that. He's just been going crazy every time we see him. Last game, he didn't go quite so crazy because there's like he got a lot of assists rather than a lot of kills early on, but he still was able to put out a ton of damage. So he didn't go quite as crazy, but he still went crazy. He just goes crazy every game. And yeah. Okay, so Karma's got win speakers. That suggests maybe it's support. Maybe, but then again, it could still be top. For all I know how crazy the stuff happens, it could still be top Karma. We'll see. We shall see. Even with win speakers. And let's see. Ooh, Demacia. 5 skins. Their team Penta skin. Nicely done. Whereas Ionia only has 3. All of the skins in this game are good too. So everyone's got all the skins are very great, but Demacia just got a full 5-team skin. That's pretty hard to beat. So well done, Demacia, with the awesome skin comp. Okay. Just waiting for the loading to end. Everyone is at 100%. So should be any second now. So yeah, it is looking like a real support. She got the relic shield. Interesting stuff. Then Karma's got the spell thieves. What? What? Oh god. Oh god. What? Okay, so it's Karma top with spell thieves. Yeah. Spell thieves. You can't get any gold from spell thieves if you've killed a minion within like the last 30 seconds or something. So it's I don't think you can really get much gold off of that. That's just me going, what the hell? Are you serious, sir? Garen grabbed a ruby crystal and 2 health pots. Last time when it was Garen versus Karma, that was in game 1, they grabbed a Doran shield, which I don't think was a very good item because other than auto attacks and Karma's W, it'll block a little bit of damage from those. But most of her damage, is going to be like the Q, for example. That's not going to do a whole lot. It's going to do nothing to the Q damage. Not going to negate it at all. So I don't think the Doran shield was the right choice. I think a health crystal is a little bit better, but I really think like a good idea would have been like boots. So she can't cut you out as well. You can also get like a null magic mantle. I don't know. I do think the ruby crystal is okay. I think there's some better ones. Definitely better than the Doran shield though. Okay, so I'm still just going, what is this spell feast? What? I mean, he started going bot for a second and then he rotated top. Did he think he was going support and then realized he wasn't? Is that what happened? I don't know, but the spell thieves is just make me go, what? Like, you see Karma is auto-attacking Garen, but not proccing any spell thieves. She still got full stacks of spell thieves because she killed a minion. She can't get her gold after killing a minion. So she's either got like just auto attack. She like needs to get all of her procs off before she farms a wave, which is hard to do. I don't think she'll be getting much gold out of that thing. Lux missing the light binding. Oh man, that's a little embarrassing, bro. I mean, you're supposed to be like this awesome Lux player, and then you do that. Somehow I messed this up. There we go. Now the lanes are matched up. Oh. Excuse me. Getting tired. So let's see. Not much going on. We do see the gank mid lane, but Lux backs out of that. Does burn her flash, so that's something. So yeah, Yi makes actually the first move, which is surprising considering Jarvan ought to be the more aggressive early game jungler than Yi, who wants to farm until he hits 6 and then just start trying to kill everything. Even though he was the person making the move mid, he has more CS than Jarvan. And then we do see him go mid again, but nothing really happens. Lux just backs off. You couldn't see that on screen, but it was on the mini-map. Jarvan goes in, misses the flag and drag, goes in on the Yi, and yeah, Yi shouldn't be able to win that matchup, especially when multiple people from the Demacia share. Kennen tries to put a little damage down, but he just has to run away. Demacia's bot lane rotate up. They didn't get actually any damage down, but it was a smart idea. Like, okay, yeah, Jarvan and Lux versus Yi and Kennen, that's 2v2. We want to make sure we win that fight, so let's send some people out there just to be sure. So he lost a little bit of time in bot lane, but it was the smart move to take. Jhin takes that time, gets a little bit of a CS lead, not much though. Jarvan goes for that gank. Kennen, he just goes lightning form. Haha! That's away. Because Kennen didn't make that noise. Aha! I can't mimic it perfectly, but you know. So yeah, I'm really not seeing much come out that I really support yet, which I would figure you would do as kind of like a kill lane, trying to just go in aggressively and get the CC down and try to pick up kills. And she is going to go after that Sona. Sona gets very low, so actually, yeah, we're now seeing that kill lane pressure come out that I was talking about. Goes back and forth a bit. They get a lot of damage on Sona, but then Aurelia gets very low and Ionia was forced to back off. Yeah. I think more damage overall went on Ionia, but Sona is the one who's remaining lower currently. She can, heal up with that W though, so she should be able to sustain through that. All the summer spells on the supports were burnt, and then both ADCs burnt their heals. And yeah, Aurelia recalled. That gives Vayne a chance to get ahead in some farm. Jin's sitting in her tower, and I really, really think that, like, in that kind of scenario, when your support recalls, just recall yourself. You're gonna miss out on more CS. It's like you're trying to stay there so you can get some CS, but you're still gonna miss so much. It's like not worth it. Recall, just so you don't have to worry about dying, and you're not just sitting in your tower doing nothing. And yeah, Sona backs. Vayne stays in lane, and now they're looking to kill her. They get the nice combo that I was saying at the start. You get the Aurelia stun followed by the Jhin W, and that sets you up for a long lockdown. They can't quite finish her off though, and Vayne doesn't even burn flash. Still, she gets bullied out of lane after recall, gonna miss a lot of CS. She was recalled with Sona, really. And yeah, oh, here comes the Yi gank going after what she ults, almost takes down Kennen. There it is. The Ignite goes down from Kennen, and that will make it easy for Yi to just finish her off with some auto attacks. Nicely done. Sona going in with the Eve speed boost, Jarvan flag and drag after flashing. Not the best gank. Burns a flash, doesn't get anything out of it. So let's see, I want to see, has Karma gotten much gold off the bat? So she's gotten 80 gold from the harass, 61 from just like, the base 2 gold per second. Not a whole lot there. Let's compare that to Sona. She's got 175. So she's gotten over double what Karma's gotten. So yeah, Karma's not getting that much gold off of the item. And I think Spell Thieves, what does it cost? Let's see, you can get 3 potions, so it costs like 350, right? Yeah, that's 350 or 150, yes. Yeah, so it costs 350. I'm not really sure that it's worth that 350 gold. You're not really going to be making that. And I guess if you sell it, because you can sell it for 140, you're only so after you sell it, it only ends up costing you 210. It only costed you 210 gold. So I guess like once you can add up to 210 gold, you broke even. And then if you make more than that, you're gaining money. But it's like, you know, it's an investment. You have to get a pretty high rate of returns for that investment to be worth it. Because like, you know, gold at the start is worth more than a gold at the end. You know, it's Lux. We do see Lux put a lot of damage on the Ken, but not quite able to finish him off. And he backs away with his E. Lux throwing the E out long range. Ken sees it coming, backs out before it hits him. Lux has flash in theory. She could have gone like really aggressive, flash from the tower to try to kill him. Doesn't do that though. She knows that there's a lot of focus going on her from the jungler, and yeah, flashing would put at risk to die sometime later. And it's just there, like, okay, I'm already forcing Ken out of play. I'm already going to win because I'm going to get a CS lead off of this. And so, yeah. I'm already winning. No need to blow a flash. Like, yeah, kill will give me more, but I'm already winning, so I want to keep my flash. Aurelia going in, gets the stun on the Vayne. The exhaust going down at the same time as the Bear stat, so not the best timing there of the CC chain. And then they just turn around, they blow up the Aurelia. They could tower dive, but they decide against it. Vayne had flash, why didn't she tower dive with her slash? Oh, Jarvan's going in. That's why Jarvan's probably just like, I got this. Don't waste cooldowns for a kill we already have. And boom. 2 kills bot side, 1 going to C, 1 going to the jungler. Good stuff for Demacia. Ionia needs to start thinking of making a move, turning this early lead Demacia around. You have to be proactive against Demacia and not wait till they're already super far ahead. And nice drop by Lux, blowing up the Ken. Flashes, should have flashed forward tower, that might have been my favorite. Oh, I wasn't looking at the mini-map, never mind. Totally wrong about that. Flashed in just the right direction because we have 3 team members like, we got you, buddy! Or my lady, because Lux is a woman. And yeah, they saved Lux and picked up the kill, so nice job there. And now they're going to get Dragon. That's very, very good. Getting that Dragon and realizing we're not killing for the sake of killing. We're killing to gain advantage, turn that advantage into objectives. And that's what they did. They knew they had the free Dragon off of those kills. Now, Ionia, ideally, I think the most standard thing you can do when you're behind, you need to get back at least. Like, you know, do a 3 or 4-man gank bot side, pick up a couple kills, and then grab tower or dragon afterwards. The tower's pretty healthy, though, for Demacia in the bot side, and the dragon's gone. So Ionia top side isn't looking like the best gank, I guess. So after that, I would say, okay, go mid or top, get the kill, try grab a tower and Rift Herald, but it's hard to get both. And then you have to choose, and then I think you want to go Rift Herald though, so you can get it on Master E. So I think gank 3 or 4 people mid or top, and then go for Rift Herald afterward and get the on E. That's the move you want to be making. That's what you should be looking for. And yeah, it was a little while ago I missed it, but they realized, wait, J4 range is that big? Yes, it is. That J4 is just a really, really long engage. That's what he does. And yeah, they locked down the Aurelia pretty effectively. Might have been a good idea to save some of that CC, the range from Jarvan for the Jhin. Like, because, you know, he ulted the Aurelia. Oh, it doesn't look like he's going to need that. I figured because he could, like, have flashed after the Jhin and ulted him. But it looks like he's still going to be able to chase Jhin down, go around the tower, and take him out. So then, so Garen fighting Karma. Yi shows up. Garen running for his life, going to flash. The red burning on him. Yi has his ult plus a ghost. And yeah, he just He'll take out that Garen, no problem. So that's good. They got the topside yank. Now they gotta look for either grabbing a tower or Rift Herald, and tower doesn't look like it's gonna be that easy. The lane's pushed against them. So they ought to be looking for Rift Herald, but they don't go for it. Yi, though, is looking to turn that into another gank mid-side because Lux is pushed so far out. They're gonna be able to go in on this, or at least Yi will. Kennen backs off for a second, then he pops his ult. They get the kill, nicely done. Now they need to grab an objective. Mid lane's a definite possibility. Jarvan's not going to be there. He's going to recall. Of course, no, they won't. They didn't see that anyways, and then he canceled it. So they could try force down mid lane, or they could go for that Rift Herald. It would be a bit risky to go for the Rift Heralds. So I think tower would be the way to go, but they kind of back off him, and then Demacia regroups, sends 3 people mid, and we only have 2 Ionians still in the mid lane. They finish off Ken. They're chasing down the Aurelia. Let's see if she gets away. Garen going after the Karma. You know, they trade a bit back and forth. Not much happening. Karma backs off as she gets pinged like, yeah, Demacia's coming up that river. Be careful. So we're going to not gain anything off of those 2 kills. They got top and mid, just the kills, which it's helpful. They need gold. They need to do more. You got, every time you get a kill, you gotta be looking, what can I do with that man advantage I now have on the map? You kill someone and no one on your team dies, you have a 45. You have the chance to just force a fight or like an objective that you want, and the other team will be at a disadvantage because of it. And, you know, it's good that I only got those kills. It's good for them. It's gonna help them out, but it would be better if they could get an objective as well. Alright, so looking at some of the items, top lane we have the Raw of Ages going on Karma. That's good. She's getting that done early. That's obviously an item you need to rush because you know it takes a while to stack up and reach its full power. Kennen puts some good damage on Lux and then ease away. Nicely done. Just like, okay, I got my auto attack up from the W, I believe. Yeah, the W's got like the empowered auto attack from his W up, so you got that, and then you got his other stuff, so you managed to get the full stun combo out, and he still has E-ups, which let him get away before Lux could put out the damage and blow him up. Nice stuff. But yeah, so the items. So top lane, we have the Raw of Ages on Karma. Garen has his Spectral's Cowl, but he doesn't go for upgrading it. They do catch out Kennen there. That was just like he had no chance, really, once they showed up. You need to be able to back away before they were there, but he didn't have any vision from the direction they were coming. Ionia looking to grab this bot tower. They desperately need to get a tower, but they're not going to be able to kill it in time. And now they got to worry about Demacia rotating down the river and killing them. They realize that. They back off. They realize, okay, that tower's low. We can get it sometime later. Don't die over tower. Is going to get sometime soon anyways. Not worth getting up the kills and the objectives after that. But then Aurelia boards that, runs into them. They just needed to back sooner and just keep backing the entire time. Well, maybe not even sooner. Maybe they had the right time. Just needs to not stop running away. So they stopped, really put down that ward, saw people, tried to like do a little harass while she was backing off, but that just did not work out for her. So Demacia holding a 4K goalie. That's, I think for this time, that's the closest any of the games have been. No one's been less than 4K. Like, this is the closest the game have been today. But Demacia's pretty definitively in the lead. Oh man, Bane putting a lot of damage down, forcing the heal off of Jhin. He was under tower too. Now Jin's gonna ult, and Aurelia shows up to lane, but Bane's already gone, so that ult's just burnt. There was no chance of killing Bane because Aurelia couldn't get onto her. Garen going in and gets the silence off. Never activates the spin though. That would have been a lot of damage. We decided to spin to win. Ooh, nice ult, but Aurelia flashes out. She also burnt her exhauster, so he burnt a couple summer spells off Aurelia through his ult there. Pretty good. He did burn his flash though. I didn't see him burn the flash. He pops his ult, goes in. Garen silences, and then ult gets him very low on the Persona. Just finish off that last tiny bit of health. Karma very low, but they don't feel like tower diving. Ooh, Karma in trouble if she stays under that tower. They can easily tower dive her. Yeah, they're gonna go for it. That will be the end of Karma. She's looking to take Garen with her. And it's not gonna happen. Oh, the flash! The flash might be enough to save her. The Sona's got the speed boost, but she doesn't have the boots. If she had upgrade boots, maybe she could have gotten it. Wow. I thought for sure Karma was dead. My apologies for doubting you, Mr. Dark Omega. Another tower for Demacia. They got 3 now versus none. They grab a second dragon, so Ionia was not able to grab a single objective this game. They have some kills though, not many. Let's see, they're trying to do some stuff, not much. Riptail's still on the map, and I feel like that is something Ionia just has to get on E. They need Riptail. I know a lot of people don't think of Riptails as a knee. It's just like, oh, you know, oh, we got a pretty big advantage topside. Let's just grab the Riptails because we can. But so a lot of people don't consider it like as something you ever like need to go for. I think it's people really underestimate its power, and getting on me could be very, very good. And nice job. They're looking like they're catching up to Bane. Yeah, they pick her off pretty good. That's very, very good for them. They need to turn that into something else. Bot lane tower's pretty low. They could try to force an outnumbered fight in their favor. They need to do something. Doing a good job holding Demacia's lead to, you know, a manageable level, but they gotta make moves. They can't just stay behind forever. You know, they're getting some skills and stuff, just enough to hold Demacia's in check a bit so they don't go crazy, but they still need to make stuff happen so they can get the lead eventually. And yeah, they just catch out the rush. She didn't have a chance to get away. Nice job. Someone using the slow. Good job. Kennen going in. They will take out the Lux. It's a very mismatched numbers fight. Demacia shouldn't have been able to get 2 kills off of that, but they did. They traded 2 for 3. It's still a win for Ionia, but Demacia really should not be able to get that many kills. They're just very far ahead. That's what it comes down to. So nice job by Ionia, though. They still come out in the win for that fight. Now they need to get something off of that. Garen going really aggressive. Nice job. He's like, okay, I'm going aggressive, but I'm not going to back away till I can get my Q, silence her, and get the speed boost. So good job on the retreat there. Yes, I can see like a joke coming. It's like, yes, the Demacians really know how to retreat. They're very good at it. And the Rift Tail goes down, so there will be no Rift Tail buff for anyone in this game. Oh wait, well, who was it? I think it was Cupcake Trap. We were watching this one game, and I think it was a Noxus game, but I remember Cupcake Trap was casting. I remember he was like joking. He's like, you need to engage like a Noxian, retreat like a Demacian. He's like talking about, it's like, and it's not just a joke like, oh yeah, you know, Noxians are all great, super badass, and like always good for the fight, and Demacians just run. It's like there's more to it than that, but it is a pretty good joke. But he was like using it to say that it's like he's talking about, like, you know, when you engage, it's all about like that big engage. You rush in, it's all about that big one person, very Noxian. It's like go for the glory, all about that carry, destroying everyone, and like the tank just like rushing in like in that. It's like all being about that, like that one really awesome big play. Whereas Demacian retreating is like, you know, oh yeah, you gotta get the teamwork, the information, protect the carries, buddy system, stuff like that. And we do see lots of having Wad talking about that joke. But yeah, you know, Sona got caught out, but they also took out the Yi and Kennen before that, and now they're just going. Well, Yi was after that, but yeah, you know, they're just like people getting caught out, teams rotating to them, and people getting kills as a result of all of this. And there's the Garen W saving his life. That bonus armor coming out really helpful. Jin was looking close to kill him. Again, with the BM, looked like he may have just sealed his death one with the BM because he's using that animation under tower instead of running for his life. Vayne in trouble, not quite able to finish off the Aurelia, the shield. Oh, she will! Wow! I didn't think Vayne was going to get that, but yeah, she has enough lifesteal and damage where she's able to stick around for a while. And I'm pretty sure she had lifesteal. I'm pretty sure I saw her healing. Other than just heal, so I'm pretty sure that's because of Warlords. So I'm assuming she has Warlords. So I'm pretty sure I saw her here. If she doesn't have Warlords, I'm going crazy. Nice job by the Sona. Gets the Q, gets the ult, and then yeah, Redemption. Hoping to finish him off. Again, this is a pretty powerful item, not to be underestimated. I don't think people do underestimate it. People really respect it. A lot of supports get it. So, it's a very strong item, and people realize and respect its strength. Ooh, the light binding hits 2 people. A lot of damage coming out. Oh, stunning her up. The barrier keeping her alive. She's going to get away. Can Yi take out this Garen? Garen's getting pretty low. He flashes. The red buff is burning. Yeah, red buff will be enough. Sona flashing, but she's stuck deep in Ionian territory, between Ionian towers, between Ionian champions. She's like, speed boost, speed boost, speed boost. Oh, Jin, I'm not sure if that Jin W missed or if it hit and just didn't do much damage. Now, obviously, like, only the tower hit her, and tower, I don't think doesn't work with Jin's W for the root. It's only champion damage and his own auto attacks. And champions other than him, because his abilities don't proc it, other than his E. Oh boy, Lux, a lot of damage. Nice Zonius from the Kennen. Aurelia very low, but she's still alive, going after the Vayne. They will get her. Nice job. Nice catch from Ionia. They're getting some good catches here. That's very, very good for them. Jarvan going in. Definitely outnumbered. Getting a little aggressive. Lux will take out the Kennen, but she's in trouble. Picks up a double kill with the nice light binding. He finishes her off. Yeah, Demacia, not quite, setting up Demacia style team fights. And it's giving opportunities for Ionia. And Ionia's doing a very good job of, collecting on those opportunities. Keeping the gold lead for Demacia, well within a reasonable level. Only, about 3.5K. Oh, there it is. They take out the lead. He got a little aggressive. They were thinking he could do that stuff by himself. Maybe it just was a lack of vision. Yeah, it looks like it was a lack of vision. Didn't realize they were coming on to double team him. But yeah, nice job by Demacia. It's like a lot of times you'll see people, they go for Dragon, they'll make the wrong decision or like no decision. They'll like go running back and forth between like the Dragon versus like fighting the enemy team, and they just end up losing a lot of health because of that. But they did the right idea. It's like, okay, we're going for Dragon. Oh, Yi's here. We're both going to stop the Dragon and take the Yi out. Just gonna make the decision and go for it. And they made the right one too, which is good. And a lot of damage coming out from the Lux there. She comes in. Vayne gets low, but survives. The Jin ult, looking for something, not gonna be able to get anything though. And just Jarvan knows exactly where he is and takes him out. Now Jarvan's in trouble. This should be a kill for Yi. Very, very good for Yi. They need him to go crazy. Vayne going after the Karma. That's going to be a little risky though. She gets through it. Nice save by the Lux. Lux turns that into a bad situation for Vayne. So Demacia is just like, oh yeah, we got another kill. And we're going to grab the tower afterwards. Nice stuff. Demacia looking good. They're starting to blow their leads into a large level. They're holding it. Ionia was holding it. It was at 3.5K just a couple minutes ago. And it's already at about almost 10K now. So yeah, the gold lead for Demacia really just starting to skyrocket very fast. It started from a small lead and turns to a very big lead very, very quickly. Garen, you realize he isn't going to get out of this. He's trying to fight, get someone low enough so he can ult them, but not quite able to. So we do see Yi these items. He's got the Blood Razor, he's got the Blade the Ruin King, and he's got some Berserker's Greaves, and it looks like after that he's going to grab some defense. Right, that's good. He doesn't need to go 5 damage items. He's good at 2. Once you get 2 damage items, he's got so much damage, he'll kill anyone super, super fast. Might as well go defenses after that. That way you can stay in the fight longer and get out that, keep your damage going for longer. That's what he's doing. So yeah, Ionia, they're about 9K behind here. Not a ton they can do. If they can force a fight where Demacia is out of formation, they can win that. Or if Demacia doesn't have their full team group, they can obviously win that. So Ionia needs to either wait for Demacia to mess up, or this is Demacia messing up here. Vayne gets caught out, tumbling with the ult, condemns Yi away, trying to do everything she can get out of that, but just isn't going to work. So there are 4v5 on the map. Ionia has the opportunity. That's exactly the kind of thing they want to look for when they're behind like this, and they've got it. Now they have the 4v5, and with Garen top, they could get 3v5. He's not there, so it's a 4v3 at the moment. They're going to take out the Lux. That's good. She's a big damage threat they took out. Jin ulting. They want that Sona because she's low health, but Jarvan's coming in. He's like not going to have any of that. Sona's going to lift, and now he's in trouble. It looks like he's going to go down, as will Sona, with the Yi gaming on them. Actually, no, they're not going to continue after the Jarvan. I thought after they kill Sona, they would just go after that, but no. They're not going to waste time going for chasing down that kill. They realize it's there to grab these towers. That's good. They desperately need towers. They're going to have Karma teleport bot lane because there's a very big minion wave forming bot side that's about to put either a lot of damage on their tower or potentially kill it outright. So Karma backs off, gets the tower protected. They're not going to lose anything for that. And they got a lot of towers. So that's very, very good. That's exactly what I need. They're still behind in like every thing, like in gold and kills and towers and dragons. They're behind, but that made a big dent in their road to getting back on equal footing with Demacia, to be able to fight them head on. By head on, I don't mean necessarily just going dog pile team fight like Demacia. I just mean like fighting them, not just a reactionary game waiting to pick people off. Like actually able to, so you can make moves on the map and like be able to make your own plays. Trying to have the possibility to control the game rather than just reactionary. Yeah, Demacia going for this Baron. Ionia kind of knows they're doing it. They don't have vision, but they kind of could tell that Demacia is like creeping up there. But they don't really react fast enough, and Demacia kills it very quickly. That's a Baron for Demacia. Good play by them, just basically out-rotating. That's really what that is. And now Demacia's going. Ionia backed off and split apart after they saw the Baron play because they didn't want to fight Demacia with the Baron. But when they backed off like that and just split up, you're setting yourself up to get caught out. So they needed to, like I was saying earlier, retreat like a Demacian. It'd be ironic because they won't get Demacia, but it's like, the idea is like when you're retreating, you gotta make sure that you're doing it organized. You're still sticking together as a team, not just every man for himself. So yeah, 10k gold lead for Demacia. They're looking to grab some more kills. They take out Aurelia. They already took the inhibitor. Nice flash ult from Sona. Kennen barely living because of the Zonias, but Demacia's just looking to clean up. This fight's already won, and they're looking to just grab kills before the Nexus blows up. And they're just like, alright, they're stuck deep in the Found. We don't have really the potential to Found dive right now. Karma trying to distract them. She's gonna die in a vain attempt of saving her team's life. But yeah, they get aced. That's the end of it. And Demacia wins the day 2-1. Well done, Demacia. Alright, here we go. Let's see, there we are. We have the end game stats. That was definitely the closest game of the day. Ionia held Demacia in check. So their lead, Demacia was in the lead for basically the whole game. But for a very long time, it was only, a couple K, 3, 4K. And then Demacia just kind of just like, alright, we're going to just take a ton of towers all at once, get a bunch of kills, and blew their gold lead sky high. And then even then, Ionia managed to really put a big dent in that goal lead. They got quite a few kills there. We saw, they caught out Vayne. They turned that into more kills, turned that into towers, then recalls. They're like, all right, we made a good dent. Let's go for round 2. Let's go for this. We're still behind, but we're making progress. But then Demacia just did a great job out-rotating, realizing that, Ionia is not in position to stop us from Baroning. They killed us so quick. Ionia was nearby, but still wasn't able to react to it and steal it. So they killed that Baron quick. And then what really sealed the deal, though, was Ionia got caught out. Like, Demacia just got the bear, and there's like, oh, we don't want to fight, let's back off. But then like, okay, so these people are gonna like go back to base. This person's gonna go farm a lane. This guy's gonna farm jungle, and it's like Demacia's just like, all right, we got bear. Let's all just rush down mid together. Oh, there's a Yi here. Let's kill him. Oh, there's a Karma people here. Let's kill them. So it's like when you back off, you gotta retreat as a team. You gotta like I was saying, Cupcake said a while back, it's engage like a Noxian. It's all about the big guy charging, all about like the glory for that one guy, like the guy charging in, like the glory for the carry that blows everyone up. But then you gotta retreat like a Demacian. It's all about the teamwork, coordination, staying together, protecting your carries, making sure that you're not just every man for himself, run for your lives. Because it was really just that last pick that was just like, oh, that's game. They lost their Yi, and while Demacia had bear, and it was just like that was it. So nicely played Demacia with the win and putting their score as 2-1. Still tomorrow, though, Ionia could go 3-0 and be the winner of the whole weekend, or they could go like 2-1 and balance it out, which would be very Ionian, balancing it out for the week, So it's, Ionia also had a very commanding win in Game 1, so there's definitely potential for Ionia. So everything's still up in the air. Ionia could be very, very big tomorrow. Or Demacia could be going, hey, let's keep going strong. We'll see, though. But with that, I'll end the stream here. Nice job to everyone who played. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for everyone who watched. And I'll see you tomorrow.